Let's see. This is very early for a stream. Sup, ladies and gentlemen, Aklon here, and welcome back to each one of you. Of course, if you're watching this over on YouTube, please remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also click the link in the description down below, because it is always better when it's live. This is very, very stupidly early for a stream. It's like 2 p.m. Usually we start the streams about 2-3 hours from now, so it's gonna be interesting to see if anyone shows up. Not sure, honestly, if we're gonna get any viewers. I don't think people are used to me streaming this early, but since I can't stream tonight due to load shedding, this is it. You know, this is the best I can do. Man, I'm so over my fucking country, man. Just so many issues. Silver Coppin, how you doing, bro? Howdy to you. It's early as shit. I did not expect anyone to be here. How was your weekend, Silver Coppin? I literally woke up like an hour ago. And I was sitting here and I was thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream tonight because there's like issues and shit in the country. And then I thought, well, I may as well just go live now, you know? Traxiton, how you doing? Welcome. How's everyone doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your weekend was amazing. We, of course, have a bunch of things that needs to be covered. Because, yeah, it seems Blizzard have been busy. Not necessarily with good things, but they do seem to have been busy. Was neat. Haven't done anything. Playing some Divinity 2. Dude, that does count as doing something, though. I mean, the rest of the world might not think that what you're doing is worthwhile, but it's still something, right? Dark Lord, how you doing, brother? CDJ, how you doing, bro? Fantastic. Happy to catch you. How you been? I've been doing good, man. Went to go look at some houses yesterday. Still haven't found anything. Like, yeah, yesterday was a fucking nightmare. Andy, how you doing, bro? Today I've literally woken up an hour ago, so I've not been awake long enough yet for something bad to happen. The day, it's too early. We'll have to wait and see. I'm of course not saying that something can't happen, but right now nothing have happened yet. Hey Echo, about to go to sleep. I'm working night shift, so I'm a luck about you, dude. Very happy to have you. How was work? I'm at my third playthrough, trying Honor Mode Hardcore, and I'm at 460 hours played in total. Jesus. Andy, does night shift suck? Because I live my life by night shift hours. And I wouldn't say it's like the worst thing ever. It's a little bit like it removes a little bit of social stuff. Like you can't really partake in the social side of life. But then at the same time, when you're a gamer, do you really need to partake in the social side of life? Doing all right. Just a little tired from dealing with a giant spider that was just chilling on the roof directly above me. Darkloon, wait. Did you not kill the spider before you went to bed, or did you just lie in bed and hope that the thing didn't fall on you? Because that would have been straight up poison to the fucking neck, bro. Like, no questions asked. Katrina Stars, thanks for the tier. What's up, really appreciate it. 37 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Night shift is awesome. I don't mind night shift. The only thing that I do mind about my sleep schedule specifically is I don't live alone. So when I'm sleeping, my brothers are obviously moving around. They're making noise. They're going in and out there because literally all three of us work from home. So they're going about their lives, living their lives, going into meetings and shit while I'm trying to sleep. And I think that wakes me up. I don't think I've had a decent night's sleep in like 4 years. if I'm honest. Oh yeah, most people's natural biorhythm is disturbed quite heavily by working during night. Depends on your age, though. I would love to have a normal sleep schedule, gonna be honest with you. It would be amazing to be able to go to bed at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. at the latest, wake up at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., maybe 10 a.m. at the latest. I would love that. It would be fucking amazing. I don't think I will ever get that. I was in bed, but because I'm short-sighted, I could only see like a foggy black figure on the ceiling. I smacked it. But when I went to try and finish the job, the spider vanished. Dude, there's nothing worse than like slapping slapping at a spider and then it's just gone. Like this happened to me once because I have, just to be clear, there's poison right there. Every single room in my house has a bottle of poison, literally within arm's reach. So if I ever see a spider or anything, I just reach for the poison and I fucking go at it, right? Like, no questions asked. It's dying now. But when we first moved into this house, I walked into my room one night just before bed, and literally right atop of my bed on the wall, massive fucking black widow spider just chilling there. So now I leave my room to come fetch the poison, which is in this room. It's not far, but it's like, let's say 10 seconds, 20 seconds maybe, that I was gone. Came to the room, got the poison, got back to my room, spider's gone. Now this is a black widow. If the black widow bites you, it's not just a little uncomfortable, it is very uncomfortable for about 2 days. So you don't want to get bit by a black widow. You genuinely don't want to get bit by a black widow. A guy my size won't die from a black widow bite, but you will go into like muscle cramps and pain and fucking, it's just horrible. It's like a hell for a while. So I ended up turning my entire fucking room upside down. I'm so fucking tired, but I'm hunting for this goddamn spider. And I eventually found the cunt at the window. Like, it literally went back out towards the window. And I made sure to spray it so that it never is a problem again. To be fair, you don't want to get bitten by anything. I wouldn't say by anything, because there are spiders. So, for example, a normal house spider. If a normal house spider bites you, sure, sore, but only, like, localized to where it bit you. Like, you're going to be in a little bit of pain and then it's gone. Because it's not toxic. The toxins that it does have, it doesn't do anything to humans. It's going to cause mild irritation where it bites you. I wouldn't mind if Scarlett Johansson bit me, though. Super Snoon, really? Scarlett Johansson? I have never understood the fascination that people have with Scarlett Johansson. What if it bit you on the pee-pee? No, but that's a whole different discussion. Like, now we're getting into the realms of fuck that. I bought in my room the other day. Dude, I don't know why we can't just kill everything. Spiders are good for the immune system, mate. Mr. Free Candy, how you doing? What do you mean? Growfile, how you doing, brother? Mew Kittymon, how you doing? Spectre, how you doing? What do you mean spiders are good for the immune system? Blasphemous Crow, how you doing, brother? Yeah, Black Widows suck. She's Black Widow in Marvel movies. Yeah, but I would argue. Don't worry, I'm playing the ads. You guys know the fucking drill. The first 10 minutes of the stream is just ad central so that you don't get any more ads later on in the stream. Don't worry about it. Bees are good for your immune system, not spiders. I'm allergic to bees, though. So, bees is like death for my immune system. Fuck bees, bro. I think I might be one of the contributors to the death of bees worldwide, by the way. Because I do not let bees live. I don't have a live and let live attitude towards bees. If I see a bee, I kill it. Because it's either me or him, you know? Lately, I didn't get ad for like 3 years on Twitch. Traxiton, well, you are subbed to this channel, so you won't get an ad. More specifically, where are you in the world? Because there are countries that just does not get ads. Bees alone, wasp and hornets, on the other hand, get no mercy. If I wasn't allergic to bees, I would probably let them be. But I am allergic, so fuck the cunts. It's understandable in your situation. Apocalypse got an ad yesterday on my stream, and he subbed. Oh my god, here we go. Twitch is starting already. Twitch is already tasting this. We spoke about this the other day. There is going to be a point where Twitch is going to say, just because you are subbed to a channel does not mean that you are immune to ads. Twitch is going to remove that. They first removed the whole, you don't get ads if you have Twitch Prime, right? That got removed. And now they're also, I'm fucking fairly certain they're going to remove that whole no ads when you're subbed. Because right now, the problem that Twitch has is that not enough people see their ads. I mean, it's going to wreck content creators because a lot of people sub to content creators purely because it's one of the perks. You don't get ads. Which centipedes, though? Think I've seen the Top Gun ad enough? Roughtstar, how you doing, brother? By the way, Echo, have you seen the Blizz Woke chart yet? We will be talking about that. We shall, of course, be discussing that. As you might imagine, I have some thoughts. Of course, not enough people see their ads. The ads are insanely disruptive compared to YouTube. I mean, not only are the ads disruptive, the ads are also shit. I'm literally just waiting for people to sort of filter in. As soon as enough people have made their way here, we'll get into the Blizzard discussion. This, by the way, don't worry about it, guys. It's not necessarily the new stream time on a Sunday. This is literally just because I can't stream tonight. So I thought I want to stream today, so may as well, may as well work it in when I can. Just get your Discord announcement. Traxiton, yeah, I always wait with the Discord announcement until the ads have been played. So the way this works, for those of you that, don't want to get ads and don't know how, any of this shit works, at the beginning of every single stream, literally the first second that I start the stream, I run an ad. I make no money because there's no one in the fucking channel to even see the ads. But the reason I do that is because of this little bitch. You see this pre-roll off thing here? This means that when you finally do come to the stream, for the next hour at least, you don't get a fucking ad whenever you come into the stream. Because it's off. Because I've already played the goddamn ads. So usually people will arrive sort of halfway through the first set of ads. Then I have to wait 5 minutes because it goes on this cooldown thing. And then I play another 3-minute ads to take it to an hour. Because the first one is 30 minutes. And then you play it again and you get 55 minutes of no pre-roll ads. This is how it works. So if you come into the channel, if you see that I'm live and you quickly have to go grab a cup of coffee or something, there's no rush. First 10 minutes of me being live is just ads. Just playing ads just to make sure that you guys don't get fucked by ads. So I'm doing my best to help defend the realm against Twitch's onslaught of stupid fucking ads. Grieving Pad, how you doing, bro? Zig, how you doing? Dark Mephisto, how you doing, bro? Ads aren't that big of a deal. Go get a snack, drink, etc. Nakura, how you doing? I hate ads. On Twitch, I despise ads. They have no place on Twitch, not during a live stream. And it's not as if Twitch doesn't have options. Look, you guys do realize that Twitch is in serious trouble. It is coming. Twitch's death is coming. There's no denying it. There's really no way of looking past it, especially with everything that YouTube is doing now. Yeah, YouTube is doing a lot of things wrong right now, but hopefully that will be fixed before it all goes live. You know, YouTube has just announced their own raid feature. Gifted memberships is now a thing on YouTube. It's still in its beta, but it is a thing, so it is coming. The ability to gift memberships to people. So YouTube is coming for the crown of Twitch. And Twitch has made every single effort to make the worst possible decisions to force people to go to YouTube. Out of on YouTube, ads disappear for vids after you go one vid with them. It's basically what streamers do, but done automatically. The Fluffy Boy, what do you mean? Blasphemous Crow, Twitch is operating at a loss, but it's their own fucking fault. Exploit vid is pretty wild. What live exploit vid? I'd like to see that. Lord Knox, what do you think isn't likely? Imagine you are watching Eurovision through Twitch and you're at the moment when they're announcing the country's winner and then Twitch rolls an ad. Well, I mean, specifically with this Eurovision, was there any doubt ever that Ukraine was going to win the Eurovision? Did I want to see it? Mercuriarite, if you are in Discord, please link it to me in Discord. Because I would love to see it. Angry Cupcake, how you doing? Did you see the new Hexagon video talking about US government spying on WoW players? I have not, Black Miner Snapper. Again, link it to me and we can watch it. The issue that Twitch suffers from is self-inflicted. Twitch does not need to run ads on its live streams. It already has all of the features built into its site to run ads without pissing anyone off. It's called clips. Literally, it's called clips. If you made Twitch clips function like TikTok or YouTube Shorts, and you gave people the ability to browse just an unending stream of clips, you can run as many ads as you fucking want on those things. Like, you can get your full ad quota just from those. But Twitch doesn't do that. Instead, Twitch has this weird obsession with treating their live streams as if they are videos. So you get pre-roll ads, then you get mid-roll ads, streamers have to roll their own fucking ads, and the issue with all of that is ads are incredibly disruptive to the viewer's experience. And YouTube were quite far behind when it came to competing with Twitch. It had no gifted memberships, it had no ability to raid people, so there was no real organic growth. Since both of those have now been added in, even though it's stupid the way YouTube does it, hopefully they'll change it in time. But since those things are now coming in fast, and I believe like there's still a bunch of announcements to come for things that YouTube is working on right now, I genuinely believe that within the next year, we are going to see a crazy amount of streamers leave Twitch for YouTube. For a lot of streamers, by the way, the only reason they have not left Twitch for YouTube is gifted memberships. Because remember, most streamers make most of their money from gifted subs. Like, you have your subs, and that's great. You have a bunch of people that would love to sub to you. But the real money comes from gifted subs. People who gift to other people. So the fact that that is now something that is coming to YouTube, there's going to be a lot of streamers that is now effectively, there's no reason not to switch, right? New people, as long as they fix that, I would go there more often. Branter, how you doing, bro? Look, I'm right there with you. Twitch's live stream discovery is absolutely abysmal. Then again, it's about the same as Twitch's live stream discovery, so not really that big of a difference. The only thing that I would love to see from YouTube is a dedicated live section. So a section massively on their page. So if we go to YouTube here, right? What I would love to see from YouTube is... so right here at the top, all of this moves down to about here. And right at the top, you have VOD or video on demand. And then you have live. You can literally call it offline and live. Mercuria, right. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. As I said, major moneymaker. I really appreciate it, bro. Can we get some hearts in chat for the 5 community subs? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Absolute fucking giga chat behavior there. Really appreciate it, bro. But if they had that, right? So an offline section and a live section, suddenly it works. Because I agree with all of you. The problem that I have with YouTube is, let's say I want to watch a live show. So let's say I want to watch a live show. Where am I supposed to do that? So in all of this, where am I supposed to go for this live show? Here? Dude, this is the first time in my life that I've seen this fucking live button here. And it's because I was actively talking about it and therefore actively searching it. It's the first time in my life that I've even recognized. And then, of course, who will be right at the fucking top? Mainstream media bullshit. Yeah, that's what I want to see live. The fucking news. Why not? Let's watch the news. Why don't... Why? Why is this a fucking thing? I have Eurovision. Couldn't give 2 fucks. Okay, so all of this is mainstream bullshit that I don't care about. I don't know what the hell this is. Again, seems like news and crap. More news. There seems to be some gaming stuff, although, again, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There's at least some rebroadcast here. Dude, this is horrible. Tasty, thanks for the primes. I did really appreciate that. 13 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is horrible. This is terrible. Like, this is not how it should be. I make gaming content. I watch... The majority of stuff that I watch is gaming content. This should be filled with fucking gaming content. Gaming streamers. It should be broken down into the different types of games that I want to watch and play. Right? So, this is the gaming section. So, for some reason, the live section does not include gaming. You have to go to the gaming section to get the top live games at the moment. Why the fuck is the live section of YouTube, right? So YouTube Live, not similar to Twitch's live section? A genuine question. Why aren't these things similar? Zoidberg, thanks for the bribes. I really appreciate that. 6 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is how it should be, right? You get all of your categories right here, the top categories at the time. You can have news as a category within this. You can have real life or politics as a category within this. But this is how it should be presented to you. Categories. Not the whatever the fuck YouTube is trying to pull off here. And also not here at the bottom on the left-hand side, where who the fuck looks there? Like, genuine question. How many of you spend time looking at this list on the left-hand side of YouTube? Kiko-san, by the way, thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, genuine question. Is there anyone that spends time looking at this left-hand fucking side? If it's not, it makes me not look at the bottom. I don't even look at all my subscriptions. Like, I don't look at my subscription. What the fuck is this? So this is where I can explore channels? Doesn't even have a drop down? Wait, how does it not? I'm pretty sure of all my subscription, there's no way that only 3 people posted anything. But I could come explore some of the fucking channels I'll never watch, if I so choose. This obviously is not my main YouTube account. I'm on a different account here. I was busy fucking around with my channels. Chuklin, thanks for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. The truth is that YouTube, if YouTube can sort out their chat experience, number one, so their chat experience right now is just absolutely fucking miserable. 100% miserable. First and foremost, why would you not have panels? I feel like the description section is so outdated. Traxiton, thanks for the gifted sub. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hearts in chat, ladies and gentlemen. One of the cheap-ass mods just got gifted a sub. So, you know, let's all send hearts to Traxiton. Traxiton, really appreciate it, bro. If YouTube, as far as I'm concerned, now only has 2 things to fix. Their UI, so how you find your live content, and I really feel like it should be up here. I feel like it should be right on the top of the page. You have offline and live, or VODs and live, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it has to be just 2 massive big buttons right here that tells you where you want to go. And then have the layout be similar to the category system right here. Easy life. If YouTube can fix that, they're coming for Twitch hard. The other one is the chat experience. That might be a more difficult one to fix. But let's look at what YouTube is doing. YouTube is slowly but surely adding features that people want, right? When you go live on YouTube, by the way, so I'll show you guys. When you go live on YouTube, interestingly enough, you don't have to play ads. You don't. So let's schedule a live stream here. We'll just go with this one. Fuck it. You can actually set monetization off. You could go on. So you could do on. And then you can say, well, I want overlay ads, sponsored ads, skippable video ads, non-skippable video ads. So you could do this. It's not going to give you a lot of money, but it's going to have small little things that pop off. This is what I usually do. Just keep it off. No one gets any fucking ads. Why? Why can YouTube do this, chat? Just implement an IRC chat to the live streams, just like Twitch have, which also makes it possible to have a client for the chat. Branter, that would, I think, immediately go a very long way of fixing things. But why do you think YouTube can allow for monetization to be off during live streams? Yeah, I mean, I can also, you know, if I go through this, I can put live redirect here, so I can redirect to one of my other videos. I can have a trailer at the start of it if I wanted to. If you really wanted to, you could do like some crazy shit with it. And then, of course, I could go schedule exactly when I want to start. Subvatron, it has nothing to do with Google money. Because YouTube does actually make money. YouTube does not steal YouTube does not exist purely because of Google money. YouTube makes its own money. The reason is simple. They're already making all their money here. All of these videos have ads on them. All of their ad quotas are reached through their offline content. So they don't give a fuck about running ads on a live stream. Live stream is an extra, what do you call it? Live streaming is basically an extra revenue stream. In fact, YouTube goes so far, memberships on YouTube is a 70-30 split. You get 70%, YouTube takes 30%. Twitch is 50-50. Twitch takes 50, you get 50. So ultimately, you're like, on YouTube, they just have a better split. Why? Because again, the ads are making all the money. Why is Twitch not utilizing This. This is offline content. All of this is fucking offline content, bro. Why isn't it being used? And this is my channel, right? There are thousands of millions of channels, all with their own clips. You could have a TikTok with virtually unlimited content for people to browse and you to show your ads on. But that's not how Twitch thinks. Because as far as Twitch is concerned, all of their money has to come from you. They have to figure out how to get you to pay more, how to get you to sort of gift more. This is what YouTube or Twitch is all about. It's about trying to drive more of the consumers, in this instance, to basically make up the losses that they're suffering as a result of their own stupidity. So YouTube can disable them if it doesn't like your content. What do you mean, Katrina Stars? I think it's because live stream, it's only a small portion of YouTube traffic and content. Adrian, that's true. But, okay, I'll ask you guys this. Genuine question. If Twitch tomorrow brought out a clips browsing section on the Twitch app, where you basically browse clips the same way you browse TikToks or YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels, I think they're called. Would you watch those? Like, would you watch the clips? Would you sit there and fucking endlessly scroll, watching clip after clip after clip of just random streamers and their best moments according to the clips? Of course, this goes to, are you actually someone that watches TikTok? Are you actually someone that watches YouTube Shorts? I, for example, love Instagram Reels. Like, I can spend about 4 hours just mindlessly scrolling through Instagram Reels, just watching all manner of crap. My favorite are the ones where people fall downstairs or people, like, get hurt. I don't know why, but I can watch those for hours on end. So I would watch clips. I would absolutely. Galmar, how you doing, brother? Very happy to have you here. Thanks for the first time chat. If they improve the user experience, browsing for clips, I would. Looking for clips is terrible on Twitch. But Adrian, what I'm talking about is a dedicated place where you can find any and all of the clips that you want. So you get the clips from your favorite subscribers or your favorite content creators, but then also random clips from people that you've never seen before. The reason this would be such a groundbreaking idea is not only does it actually turn live streams into a discoverable type of fucking content, because right now there is no discoverability on Twitch. If you are a Twitch streamer and you want to get big, if you're a 2-viewer or 5-viewer Andy, and you are streaming every single day on Twitch, you're wasting your fucking time. Stop streaming right now. You're wasting your time. Unless, of course, what you're doing, you don't really give a fuck about getting viewers. You just do it because it's fun for you. That's a whole different story. But if you want to be a content creator, streaming every single day on Twitch is a waste of time. You'll never get discovered. No one's going to know that you exist. There is only one way to be discovered on Twitch, and that is to make videos on YouTube. That is to take your clips from Twitch and upload them to YouTube. Make TikTok content and drive people from TikTok to Twitch. This is how you get viewers. This clips idea fixes all of that. Richard, I'm very happy to hear that. I mean, a lot of people discovered me through Asmongold, so I'm very happy. I'm very happy to have been, sort of reacted to by Asmongold. I mean, they're not going to, guys. Stop. Everything I'm saying here is wishful thinking. Twitch is not going to invest any money into anything that doesn't directly make them more money. And something like that isn't directly going to lead to more money because it's not easy. And what Twitch wants is easy. They want to be able to just basically charge you guys. That's it. That's what they want. They want to be able to just go, well, let's find a new way to charge the viewers for more bullshit. Now, are you going to continue the MSQ another day? We'll continue MSQ another day. I don't know how many hours I'm going to be live here because I still have the live show for patrons later, the Livecraft episode. So I'm just live now hanging out on a Sunday. So I've no plans to play Final Fantasy today, but we'll probably play Final Fantasy tomorrow. We will most likely continue. Well, we're done with the MSQ. We're now in patch content. So we'll probably start Stormblood patch content tomorrow again. And then see if by the end of next week we can be in Shadowbringers. I don't know if I don't know. We'll have to see. Hey, brother, I'm a new patron. Where do I go to watch the patron show? Garmal, thank you very much for becoming a patron. Really appreciate it. If you are tier $5 tier, you will get the update. So I do actually link on Discord. So you can either go into Discord. People on Discord have their own section. So I can show you here. The pay to win section. So classily named by my mods. The pay to win section. If you join Discord and you link your Discord to Twitch, YouTube, or Patreon, you will get. You'll automatically be added to this section. This is the Thick Beard Club. This is where you can basically, expect all notifications to come out. The other one is just keep an eye on Patreon because I will be linking the post there as well. What did you think of Stormblood MSQ so far? Chuklin, thank you very much for the first time chat. Really appreciate it. Fucking loved it. Absolutely adored Stormblood. It wasn't as good as Heavensward, but as I said in my video about this, I think if you compare Stormblood to Heavensward, you're making a mistake because Stormblood is more comparable to ARR in what it's trying to do. But I fucking loved it. Twitch is stale and bleeding money or not? Yeah, Twitch is bleeding money. Twitch have never made a fucking profit. Twitch does not make profits. Maggie, how you doing? Twitch costs Amazon money. And of course, Amazon isn't just forever going to keep funneling money into fucking Twitch. That's not how this works. Amazon at some point wants to stop making money. The issue is, the people over on Twitch, I'll tell you what the actual issue is here. The people that work on Twitch does not understand live stream culture. Do you think the average guys coding Twitch as a website, do you think they know what, actually the guys that make these decisions, do you think they know what poggers means? Do you think if you walked up to them and said, Monka S, dude, they would have any clue what the fuck you're talking about? Do you think they watch any streams on Twitch? Talking about the people in the suits making all of these decisions. Not the people that codes it. I believe the people that code it, they would watch. The people in suits, the guys that actually make the decisions, I don't think they even know where to find Twitch on the web, on the World Wide Web. I don't even think they know. Because I don't think they give a fuck. As far as they're concerned, Twitch is a business. And a business needs to make money. So if there is a way for a business to make money, they will go after it. The issue with live streaming is it's not just another business. Live streaming doesn't work that way, right? It's a whole culture. There's something very different. Do you think Twitter may go streaming soon? Tasty, I have thought about this, because from what I can see, Elon Musk wants to make Twitter profitable. He wants to turn Twitter into an actual social media giant. And I can see Twitter eventually embracing video on demand and maybe even live streaming. I can see that happening. I would be surprised, though. What if streaming becomes so normal? Every website has a streaming feature, like supplementary content. I think it's already happening. I mean, all the three biggest ones, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, they all have the streaming capabilities already activated. I think streaming live, even TikTok is doing live streams now. Even TikTok is doing live streams now. One of the reasons Lore, I don't know if you guys remember Dave Lore, who used to work for Blizzard, now works at TikTok. He was brought over to TikTok to help grow the live streaming side of TikTok, because TikTok wants to enter the live streaming space. Live streams, in my opinion, is the future of content, but not in the way that a lot of people think it is. Because I don't think live streams should be the only type of content you make. I think live streams work really well as an extra bit of content, but I do think within the next 4 or 5 years, those people who purely live stream probably is going to go away. Because live streaming requires a hell of a lot of commitment. It requires commitment from me, the streamer, to actually sit down for 6, 7, 8 hours and stream. But even more than that, it requires commitment from you, the viewer, to sit down for fucking half an hour, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. How many hours do you have in a day that you can waste watching someone live? And I think as more and more viewers reach the point where, yeah, maybe I can, do an hour, maybe 2 hours, but that's about it. Live streaming is going to become more supplementary in that regard. So make content, normal offline content that people can consume, and then go live for a couple of hours, 3, 4 at the most, play a bit of games, and that's it. I don't know if streaming the way that it is now, where people do 8 to 12 hour streams, I don't know if that's going to continue to exist as the industry matures. I don't know if that's going to continue to exist. Live streaming, normally just people want to hang out. I have fun streaming. I don't stream every day, but the days I stream, because I haven't promoted it through YouTube, I get an average of 2 to 4 viewers per stream. Should I start a YouTube channel and send all my clips to the channel to help promote? Yes, King Julian, you should. Bron, how you doing, brother? I watch live streams 8 days a week. Disco option, you should have spent more time in school. There is something wrong with what you said there, but I won't correct you. I'll just let you be. How you doing, disco option? Live streams are perfect for people who want long white noise for their work. I think that's true. But, of course, we are talking about evolution here. So we are talking about live streaming as a service is still incredibly new. It's still in its infancy, to be quite honest. And I'm not sure what the future of live streaming looks like. Because YouTube used to be long videos. Really, really long videos would do really, really well on YouTube. And then it shifted to sort of short videos. People want short and sweet, right? 4 minutes, 5 minutes. And then everyone started making 4 or 5 minute videos, and it just blew the fuck up. Nowadays, we're starting to see a shift to where people are once again going for longer content. So once again, people are starting to go for like podcast level content and shit like that. So it is sort of like, where is this whole evolutionary thing going to go? Where is it going to end up? One player Pete, thanks for the follow, dude. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. I have been diving into the Black Dragon flight, and I have questions. Mad Beastie, what would be those questions? Spending time in school? A 15-year-old have earned more than any education can give as a worker? Jesus. Hate short vids? I can take them or leave them, but personally, I'm also more of a fan of longer videos. Like, I love when I have like a good half an hour or an hour video that I can watch. not that big of a fan when it's just like 10 minutes and that's it. But it depends. It depends on how much time do I have. Because there are also just times where I don't have 20 minutes right now. So I don't want to watch a video of 20 minutes. I want to watch a video of 5 or 10 minutes at most. Alex, how you doing, bro? To sort of end the topic, though, unless Twitch starts taking VOD content seriously. Unless Twitch starts taking video on demand content seriously, I believe within the next 5 years, YouTube will overtake Twitch in a very real way, and Twitch could even be overtaken by Facebook gaming or Facebook in general. Just because the path that Twitch is going down now, the decisions that they're making now, I can very easily see a future where Twitch also removes the no ads for subscribers. I can very easily see that happen, where Twitch just says, well, actually, no, even if you are a subscriber, you still get ads, unless you're a tier 2 subscriber. So what they'll probably do is they'll be like, all Prime subs as well as tier 1 subs still get ads, but maybe you get like 50% of the ads, right? So you don't get all 8 ads, you only get 4 ads. So you do still get somewhat of a, say, benefit. Tier 2 and Tier 3, that's fine. Nothing's going to happen there, right? You won't get any ads there. I can see Twitch doing that. Because right now, the thing that Twitch is losing money on is no one watches the ads. Not enough people are showing ads. Not enough people are watching ads. It's a whole fucking ad problem. And they want to find ways of getting people to watch ads. And their idea of getting people to watch ads is let's just force them to watch ads. Clearly, no one have ever told them it's not a good idea to force people to do something. Because usually when you force people to do something, they literally will do the opposite. Like, even someone that is generally okay with watching ads will refuse to watch fucking ads when you force them to do it. Like, Twitch does not have not figured out that forcing someone to do something is not the way. Legit, how you doing, bro? Thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. It wouldn't be so bad if they didn't repeat ads so much. Well, yeah, that's also a problem. I mean, the problem goes much deeper than this, actually, because at the same time, ad companies clearly do not understand modern society. I see ads today on TV, and I'm like, why would you think this is gonna convince me to buy anything? Where's the comedy? Where's the culture? Like, you're still doing ads as if it's the fucking 50s, but times have changed, you know? We've moved the fuck on, and ad companies for some reason have just never caught up. They're still doing the same old sort of crap ads that we've had during the TV days. And sadly, those are the ads that you're watching on Twitch, you know? The TV day fucking infomercial light ads, which no one cares about. No one trusts it. Everyone knows that this is bullshit. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm very much the same. Is Rathian's real father? Do you think we will find out in the next expansion with electing a new aspect? Is it like the monarchy, or do you have to go down the line? So Deathwing's children now should have a chance to become the aspect. Where does Ebonhorn fit into the family tree? And do you think... Okay, so the questions you have, Matt Beastie, is literally unanswerable. There's no way I can answer those for you. According to Rathian, he is the son of Deathwing. That's according to Rathian. The actual lore, though, Rathian comes from a random clutch. So it could have been Deathwing's clutch, but it could have been any other Black Dragon's clutch that Rathian was born from. Ebonhorn, we know, was part of Deathwing's clutch, because Ebonhorn was, like, one egg that they could save from the entire, like, thousands of eggs. His egg was the only one that he could that they could save. So Ebonhorn is the child of Deathwing, or in the bloodline of Deathwing. And we don't know how aspects are chosen. We don't know if it's an elective process or if it's a process of might and strength. We don't know. So I can't answer any of that. D-Rocker, how you doing? Well, yeah. I know it's very early, guys. I'm well aware of that. Because I can't stream tonight, I thought we'd go live during the afternoon and at least hang out a bit, talk a bit about Blizzard and their bullshit, which we probably should do, because that is that's been the story that seems to have dominated the world now. Did you guys see the bullshit that Blizzard have pulled? Have any of you seen that bullshit? Apocalypse, I'd say normal time, like 6 o'clock my time. Just trying to scroll down now to. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you paid me to come up with like a list of the worst ideas in the history of the industry ever, I could not come up with this. I would probably never have come up with this. The weird thing about this. So for those of you that don't know, this is Blizzard unveiled a new tool that they use. Now, according to, so they have reiterated. So at first, they were very proud to announce this new tool, which they call Diversity Space Tool. The way this tool works is when you have a character, you basically apply all of the different traits. So black, big lips, small eyes, big ears, small butt, big butt, braided hair, non-braided hair, normal afro, no afro. You know, you basically create a character. It will give you a diversity score based on all the attributes that you've created. All right, so how diverse is the character that you've created? And then you can basically keep track of all the characters that you're creating, and it will tell you over the course of, say, 6 or 7 months, how diverse all of your characters have been. So have you, are you leaning a little bit more towards white characters, a little bit more towards black characters, Asian characters? Like, are you diverse enough in the characters that you're creating? That's what this tool is meant to do. Then a lot of people started pointing out that this is literally racist. Like, this is literally racist. You're basically judging different races and traits on a 1 to 10 basis. So you're doing a 1 to 10 year. You're saying, right, if you're black, that's an 8. If you're white, that's a 10. So you can't have too many 10s. Like, what are you doing? Or is it a 10 for black and an 8 for white? Asian 4, Asian 5, 6, 7, 9. Where do all these races fall in? You can't have too many 10s. That's way too much. Too many 10s. So bring it down to 8. And, we need a couple of 9s because we have too many 8s and 10s. Like, it's literally racist. Like, what you're doing is fucking physically being a racist asshole through this tool, right? And Blizzard sort of unveiled this proudly, one might add. Proudly. Blizzard said, this is what we're using because we're so diverse and inclusive, right? People lost their shit, as you can imagine, and they had to walk it back. They went, actually, no, we've never created any character using this tool. This tool is just sort of a prototype that we've really been playing around with, but, this tool will never be used to create characters. It's more just like checking in kind of tool, right? That. So they walked it back. Here's the issue with all of this. Here's the issue with this entire thing. The people on Twitter, you know, those people whose personality traits are also their mental disorders. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Basically, their entire personality is the collection of all their mental disorders put together. Those people can't be pleased. They can't. Blizzard, you could start making every single character in your games black and female, and also trans and lesbian, and they would find a new thing to complain about. While you guys are being incredibly racist towards black men. And then you can start making all of your characters black men, and they will find a new fucking thing to complain about. Because these people are professional complainers. It's what they do. These people will not stop until you've burnt yourself to the fucking ground on their behalf. And then they will dance on your grave. Because guess what? The vast majority of these cunts aren't gamers. They don't play games. They troll Twitter seeking a new thing to be outraged by. The vast majority of people on the planet isn't racist. The vast majority of people on the planet doesn't give a fuck about any of this bullshit. Most people, in fact, I believe, are getting tired of constantly hearing, oh my god, everything is fucking racist, everything is fucking sexist, everything is fucking transphobic, everything is homophobic. The vast majority of people on the planet are getting tired of it. We're reaching a point now where we're sort of thinking, fuck off. Like, just fuck off. I don't care about the life that you lead, whether you're sucking dicks or not sucking dicks. I don't care. Stop telling me that I'm homophobic. I don't give a fuck. I just want to live my life. I just want to play a goddamn video game. I don't care how woke or unwoke the video game is. If it's a good game, it's a good fucking game. Blizzard, you don't need tools to make a good game. If a character makes sense and it sort of creatively leads you to want to make this character Jamaican, fucking make the character Jamaican. Like, the only thing that you don't do at that point is give a white dude the Jamaican accent. And you've done it right. Like, you make the Jamaican character, you make the character black, and it has a Jamaican accent, and everyone is happy. And if you want to make a white character, and it fits that this is a white character, then fucking make your white character. And go nuts. No one gives a shit. The issue for Blizzard here is they got caught. Let's be real. Blizzard got caught. They got fucked. Last year, it came out that Blizzard is basically one of the sickest, most infected fucking companies on the planet. They're stealing breast milk. They're touching goals in places that don't want to be touched in. They're cube crawling for some reason. I don't know why that's fun, but that's what they do. They're drinking on the job. A lot of things came out about Blizzard Entertainment and the bullshit. Since then, Blizzard have made this everyone else's problem. This is what we call overcorrection. This is what it is. It's an overcorrection. The word racist used to mean something, but it's been used so much, most people don't care much anymore. The same can be said for diverse and multicultural. I agree with you there. I'm not a fan of this modern interpretation of diversity. In Mortal Kombat, you had literal color swaps of the same sprite, and they were all diverse in thought, abilities, and motivations. All of this is incredibly racist. Creating characters just for the sake of having a character of a different origin feels like so goddamn As far as I'm concerned, when characters are created, right, it should make sense within the lore. There should be a fantastic reason for that character. Do you guys agree or disagree with that? Elodie, they're fucking lying. every single WoW developer that is tweeting out that we didn't even know this existed, they're fucking lying. They all thought this was a great idea. They were all cheering that this was being a thing. And then as soon as they saw the backlash, the amount of people that fucking went, whoa, you racist fucking Californian cunts. They came out and said, we didn't even know this was a thing. This is clearly a bad idea. While they quietly delete the fucking app from their PC just so no one knows. It's bullshit. These people working for Blizzard, the vast majority of them have zero principles. These people aren't principled. They're lying sacks of shit. They will say anything to make people think that they're woke and diverse and loving and empathetic enough. These people care only about themselves. They are so self-centered that the whole world needs to see how good and how forward-thinking they are. Bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Didn't they know? Of course they knew. Of course they knew. They just distanced themselves because it's the cool thing to do now. It's bullshit, dude. Look, this is a classic case of overcorrection. You fucked up, and now you're overcorrecting. It's sort of why we now have that. I don't know if you guys saw the social contract. Did you guys see the social contract that is now a thing in World of Warcraft? Like, it's been implemented. Did you see that? Do you realize that that entire thing is completely fucking useless? Do you realize that that entire thing is a fucking joke? Every single thing that is in the social contract is already in the terms of service. Like, it's already the rules. You can't harass people. Who knew? Like, you can't say mean things to people. Who fucking knew? The problem has never been that the rules did not exist. The problem has always been that Blizzard doesn't enforce the rules. When someone is being a racist cunt in trade chat, right? You can report that person as much as you want. Blizzard doesn't ban the person. This is a classic case of virtue signaling. This is what it is. It's virtue signaling. As one said, that's what the employees should have gotten that. Deflugboy, what do you mean? It's common sense. It's weird to have some stuff in contract if it's already covered by law in most countries. Well, the issue is, so virtue signaling is, as far as I'm concerned, one of the most dishonest and horrible things you can do on this planet. And this is literally what it is. It is trying to pretend to be a new company without actually doing anything. Like, without actually having to do much. You're coming up with diversity space tools. Like, Jesus, fuck. What? Like, why would you need a tool to create a diverse cast of characters? Like, if I told you now, hey, let's design a cast of 10 characters for a game. Yeah, let's get 10 let's get 10 characters going. What's going to be your first question when I ask you to give me 10 characters? Squizzle, that is true. Thanks for the first chat. Really appreciate that, bro. What's their story? Yeah, you're going to ask me, okay, what's the setting of the story? So let's say the setting of the story is a magical world that doesn't exist. It's a magical world that doesn't exist. It's magic and bows and guns and basically just monsters and dungeons and raids and big world bosses and stuff like that. Give me 10 characters. I think every single one of us are going to start going, all right, I can take maybe, like, let's go iconic. And we think, okay, I could definitely work in an Asian character here. Something like a ninja, something like a samurai kind of thing. That's really going to be cool as fuck. Then I could probably work in some level of like Irish drunkard kind of character as well. That could be really cool. Like a Scottish Irish kind of character. You're going to start picking from what you know. And you're gonna end up most likely with a pretty diverse cast of characters just based on what you're trying to, like, you're trying to pick cool things that would also make sense for the game. That's all that's needed. I have a genuine question. Does the race of the character that you play in a game like Overwatch or a game like League of Legends, does the race of that character actually matter to you? Like, when you pick your character to play League of Legends or you pick your character to play Overwatch, do you actually look at the race of the character and be like, well, fuck no. I'm not going to play a black dude. What the fuck? You pick whatever plays the most fun, right? Like, if you prefer this playstyle, that's what you pick, and you couldn't give two fucks about the race or the sexual orientation of the character that you've just picked up. The same is true for League of Legends. Like, you pick whatever character you enjoy the most. The race of the character does not matter. The sexual orientation of the character does not matter. This is why I said this is all virtue signaling nonsense. It's nonsense. And you want to know something? I think that there's a large majority of developers at Blizzard Entertainment that knows that this is nonsense. I think there is a very large group of developers, even at Blizzard Entertainment, that hates what the company has become. A company that is going to eat themselves. And this is true, by the way. When you start going down the rabbit hole of trying to please the Twitterati, you're fucked. Because they will eat you. It doesn't matter how woke you're trying to be. It doesn't matter how forward-thinking and progressive you're trying to be. You will never be progressive enough. Because the goalpost will always move. Why? Because these people are professional complainers. It's what they fucking do. So when you've finally done everything that they asked you to do a year ago, they will complain that you're being racist because they have moved the fuck on. Things are now much further along. Much further along. Just the other day, I unironically saw a tweet from a girl suggesting that all white babies should be aborted for the next 10 years to bring the white population down. Now, you might not like white people. There's a fuck ton of white people that I genuinely don't like. But I don't know. Like, I think there's a word for a suggestion like that. I think it's called genocide. I might be wrong. Now, is that girl a fringe case of absolute racism? Yes, I don't think many people agree with that. But the fact that that mindset exists tells you where these people are headed. This is where these people are headed. This is where they want to be. And they're always going to move there. It's just a matter of time. So Blizzard, stop trying to please the brain dead, mental disorder crowd, because nothing against people that have an actual mental disorder. But the people on Twitter have a collection of mental disorders unknown to man. It is insane. There are bios on Twitter where the person suffers from like 24 different mental disorders, and you think to yourself, I don't think that's genetically possible. I don't know how any human being suffers from those many fucking disorders and haven't just killed themselves already. That's not possible. You can't suffer from that many fucking things. These people cannot be helped. Because these people seem to believe that having a mental disorder puts them above everyone else. Which is why they collect these things like fucking stamps. And they will drag you down with them. This is what they do. They will drag the entire world down with them. And Blizzard is sadly right now playing into their hands. Is that Miracle of Sound playing? I think so. You can't be helped. 99% of Twitter, self-diagnosed. It is all self-diagnosed. Just to be clear, if you have an actual mental disorder that was diagnosed by a psychologist, you have every single one of my sympathies. Although in saying that, I realize that most people that have mental disorders that have been diagnosed don't want sympathy. They want to live their life. They take their mental illness and they fucking run with it. They make the best of their lives with it. It's these self-diagnosed, these people that spend too much time on WebMD and then suddenly developed a bunch of fucking disorders. And like 5 disorders, turned out they were never diagnosed by a professional. Yeah, well, you know, the point of my entire rant here is, if Blizzard doesn't slow down soon. Actually, let me ask you, chat. If Blizzard doesn't slow down, let's say Blizzard keeps going the way that they're going, where do you see this ending? Like, where do you think the natural end of this is? What do you believe the natural end is? Is there anyone that sees Blizzard sort of stopping before they go over the cliff? Getting banned for being straight and white? Just like Netflix, they will lose billions in a year and finally say, no, we are putting out what we want and you can fuck off. Oh my God, did you guys see that from Netflix? Like, did you see what Netflix say now to their employees? Please tell me you guys saw that. It was beautiful. You didn't see it? Oh, shit, dude. Old Man Crust, you should have seen it. So Netflix obviously also went, like, super woke with a lot of their TV shows just failing left, right, and center. I mean, Netflix is losing money right now, like, by the millions. As a result of their just silly programming. Because, again, as it turns out, you know these people that is screaming for more woke television? They don't watch television. They don't have time. They're too busy complaining about shit on Twitter to watch anything. Twitter just put out a company-wide post that basically told all of their employees, look, there's going to be series and movies that we release that you're not going to agree with and that you're not going to like. And if you don't like that, then go work somewhere else. In a discussion. Basically saying, we're going to go back to making good fucking series and movies. And if you don't like that, fuck off. You can go work somewhere else. But we're losing too much money. This is the amazing thing. You want to know when Blizzard turns around and basically stops caring about any of this bullshit? Maybe it's worth a sub again soon. I'm still sub to Netflix, but only for Big Bang Theory. The second Blizzard's games start going, like, falling down a cliff, the second they go woke and they get broke, that's when you'll see the company turn around and be like, well, actually, fuck you. We're going back to making good games. Because this is bullshit. This is bullshit. We're losing money trying to listen to you crazy people on fucking Twitter. Dude, Twitter is a disease, man. Oh, but there is a way to fix Twitter, by the way. I don't know if you can do it on mobile. I think you can. Oh, yeah. You can, actually. If you haven't done this yet, by the way, if you guys have not done this yet, click latest tweets, show up as they happen. You click the little stars at the top, like in the top of your Twitter, and you say, like, go to your, like, this is the old timeline. This is not the new timeline that you've seen so many fucking times. This is the old one. It works a hell of a lot better. You finally get to see actual tweets from actual people and not just weird shit that doesn't make sense. How is this? This is... What have we discussed that was political? Apocalypse. There's been no political discussions. These are social issues. I don't know how... Like, the fact that people want to make it political, that's their own fucking problem. Hashtag not my Blizzard. I don't think it works that way. I don't think it works that way. I think Elon Musk buying Twitter has given people the chance to push back these leftist libtards. Oh, I see what you mean, Apocalypse. Elodie... I don't mind who people vote for. Like, whether you vote Republican or whether you vote Democrat, it does not bother me. The only thing I do ask in my stream is that we refrain from name calling based on people's voting habits. If you want to have a debate with someone in the chat about who they vote for and maybe you don't agree with who they vote for, that is perfectly fine. But things like libtard or... I don't know, I've heard someone, I can't remember what they called conservatives, but things like that, I don't think is conducive or helpful to a conversation in any way, shape, or form. Because the second you call someone, let's say, for example, you have a liberal Democrat here, right? The second you call them a libtard, the conversation's over. They're not going to listen to a word you have to say. Because you started the conversation with an insult. Now, maybe... you two could have actually reached some kind of middle ground, right? If that wasn't the opening line. So I prefer that we don't start name calling people for who they vote for. And it's not just you, there's a lot of people that hate the people that don't vote like them. But remember, you are in a stream here with a guy that doesn't vote at all and has never voted in my life. So every single problem this world have, I blame on you. Because I'm not part of this bullshit. Just because the idea that the people... Richard, understand what? Twitch chat are not all American? Dude, have you ever met an American that doesn't believe that everything is American? But don't get me wrong, I love my American viewers. I have a bunch of American friends. But the truth is... most Americans believe that America is the only country in the world. Yeah, South Africa is a state in America. Got a huge amount of players buying games out of habit forever, no matter what they say or do. I mean, it's still gonna go downhill fast at some point. We all living in America? Exactly. If I could afford it, I would get out of America. Then I don't even know where you're gonna go. Like, name the country that isn't fucked right now. Getting out what? You're gonna leave America for another country that is also fucked? I don't think... Like, the whole world is just fucked right now. Lunari, how you doing? Well, England almost owned the world, and Mongolia almost owned the world, but you didn't actually own the whole world. So, let's not make false claims here, please. You came close. I believe England was actually the nation that came closest to owning the entirety of the world. But then you got your cheeks clapped by the Americans. I haven't voted in the last few elections. I haven't seen a candidate worth my vote. Dude, I mean, as soon as someone stands up and says I'm a politician, they've lost all respect. But at least they could say the sun never sets. The sun never sets on what? What does my country, Australia, do it then? What does your country do, King Julian? Also, King Julian, stop pretending like Australia is an actual country. We all know that Australia isn't a country. This has been proven multiple times. You're all just actors being paid to pretend to be Australian. Like, why are you not typing in an Australian accent then? See? Liar. Not saying an opinion or voting is giving in to let whatever happening that is going on at least need to try prevent. Silver Wolf, what are you talking about? That's not how voting works, bro. When you vote, you give away your power to a lawyer. Someone in a suit that says that they're going to do what they promised to do and then don't do what they promised to do. What you're asking me to do is go cast a vote for someone that is actively lying to me because I know they're not going to do what they promised to do. They're only promising it so that they can get into power. As soon as they get into power, they're basically going to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do in the first place, but couldn't tell you about because you wouldn't have voted for them if they told you that that was what they were going to do before you voted for them. So effectively, you're just a fucking moron if you vote. Towards manufacturing consent, Australians, the biggest shit posters on the internet. Australia isn't real. Look, guys, the earth is flat and Australia isn't real. Science, bitches. This has been proven. I don't know why we're even fighting about this. If Australia doesn't exist, where am I living then? Somewhere in the Midwest of the US. Yeah, you say that about voting? I would be happy to debate Asman on I would debate anyone on voting. You are a moron if you think your vote matters. Like 100%. If you actually think your vote matters, you're a moron. Not true, Akko. We had an election and one party said they wouldn't return to government, which would mean we don't have a government and the people voted for them and they didn't go back. Which fucking... Where is this, Georgie? How can I live there? Thromka, thanks for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't want to talk about politics. Fuck. Can we talk about something more fun? Jesus, guys. Politics suck dick. I don't want to talk about it. Like, if you need politics, go watch her son or Destiny or some bullshit. I don't care. I don't care. It's boring as fuck. Like, I want to talk about, like, I want to do something fun or talk about something fun. Not people lying for a living. Like, Jesus. Authors did nothing wrong. True. I can absolutely agree with that. So you want fun? Let's talk about Glorious Shadowlands. I said fun, not a fucking aneurysm. What are you saying? Mass Effect Legendary Edition playthrough is a wonder time? Truth. I literally installed Subnautica yesterday. Polydex, Nightshaft, exactly. I fucking hate politics. You guys have no idea. Politics drives me up the wall. I see people complaining and arguing, and it's just like, oh, for fuck. Can we just not? Like, can we just not, please? You started, Akalon talking about Blizzard. Yeah, but I wanted to talk about Blizzard. I did not think that me talking about Blizzard's bullshit was going to turn into an essay on fixing the world's problems. Like, if you guys truly believe that we have the ability to solve the world's problems in this Twitch chat, you're high as fuck. I don't know about you, but I am definitely not smart enough to solve the world's problems. So we could obviously sit here and regurgitate all the problems that exists in the world, coming up with zero solutions, but thinking we have. And tomorrow we wake up and all the problems in the world is still fucking there. So we have effectively wasted an entire day talking about something that we can't change. Unless one of you are running for president, in which case, Tell us about it. If 4chan audits could find Shia's flag, we could probably do something at least. Okay. Shia LaBeouf. LaBeouf. Dude, when's the last time Shia LaBeouf has been in a fucking movie? I feel like dude did Transformers and then lost his fucking mind. Cause he just went straight up nuts, no? The Internet Historians videos are pretty good. Okay, you think we will go to Outlands in the new X-Pack because a couple dragons from different dragon flights are still there? According to Blizzard, no. According to Blizzard, we will be mainly in Dragon Isles. So I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I think Fury was the last one. The first Transformers was good. Dude, all the Transformers were good. I literally just rewatched all of the Transformers movies, and they're not amazing. Let's be clear. These are not movies that is going to change the movie industry forever, but they're okay. It's like a good watch, you know? It's a good watch. The Jackie, how you doing, bro? What are you linking me?
Now the time.
Garrosh did nothing wrong. All right. I'll bite. I mean, I do agree with this, FYI.
The title of this video may come as a surprise to some of you, and you probably clicked on it to see how it's possible to argue that Garrosh, an end boss to an expansion, could do no wrong. Well, obviously he might have done a few bad things, but there are pretty good reasons for it all, and that's what I'll be explaining. Garrosh was introduced in the Burning Crusade as a brooding orc in Nagrand. Garrosh knows that it was his father that drank the demon blood first and doomed his race to the fate they had now. He lived most of his life thinking his father was a big screw-up, and in the family-centric culture that the orcs have, was a thing to legitimately be ashamed of. Garrosh was ashamed and afraid of his legacy, until one day Thrall shows up and is all like, "Nah, dog, your father was actually the savior of the orcs, not the cause of the downfall. Come join my army and embrace the Hellscream name." And Garrosh does. For the first time in his life, he's proud of what his father is, and what he did. And he wants to be just as good, if not better than his father. Of course, Thrall totally whitewashed the
Just to be clear, this was back when World of Warcraft story was actually deep and meaningful and actually grey. Like, actually grey stuff. Of course, we no longer have that these days. These days, they call it grey and then they make it very evil. Oh, she's very grey. Genocide. No, but still grey, though. More genocide. Still grey, though. Like, max genocide. Okay, maybe not so grey. We'll punish her anyways. It's like, okay, never mind then, I guess.
history of the Horde, but he was just trying to cheer him up. This will be the first of many mistakes Thrall made, which led to Garrosh's death. Now, Garrosh is a part of the Horde, and even becomes a general and leads the Warsong clan in battles against the Alliance. Now, let me take a moment to explain
Garrosh is a cool fucking war chief, bro.
All the clans compete against each other for territory and dominance. They have a very warlike culture, and never united because they were too busy fighting each other. All of a sudden, the demons intervene and all the Orc clans unite. With them not infighting anymore, they have to compete against something, and that's how the Warcraft story started, with Kil'jaeden taking advantage of Orcish culture to wipe out the Draenei. Now, back to Garrosh. Garrosh has an enemy to fight, the Alliance and the Lich King. When you do quests for Garrosh in the Boron Tundra, Hellscream sends you out to fight both, and you help him secure a foothold to eventually fight the Lich King, the big man himself who ravished the human kingdoms and destroyed the High Elves. And, by some miracle, he was successful. He was front and center when Arthas fell. Hellscream is the one who gives you the buff in ICC to make the instance easier. Garrosh is seen as a hero to the Horde, especially the young orcs. He's also in the presence of Thrall, who takes him with him to important meetings.
Hellscream was such a badass war chief, man. I still don't quite understand what they did with him. Like, why did they decide to, like, take him down this path? What I love, though, is that he never apologized. Even in Shadowlands, He never fucking apologized.
As you can see in the Old War intro cinematic, Garrosh has proven himself in a pretty short amount of time as someone worthy of his legacy, and even comes to see Thrall as a sort of father figure. Then the Cataclysm happens. Orgrimmar is pretty banged up from what Deathwing did, and Thrall wants to take...
Radium, thanks for the first time chat, dude. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. Well, that's the problem, right? That's the main problem that most of us have with the new direction for World of Warcraft is, in the past, people like Chris Mason, and yeah, as much as people don't like Alexa Frigiabi, even Alexa Frigiabi, took great strides. Like, they went to great lengths to try and keep both the Horde and the Alliance sort of equal. So if you look back, the orcs invade Azeroth and kill many humans. After that, the humans start on a genocide campaign against the orcs that have surrendered. So after the orcs fell, they surrendered, and the humans then systematically go and slaughter as many orcs as they can. The orcs then make their way to Durotar and Kalimdor, chopping down the trees in Ashenvale, and then get slaughtered by the Night Elves. Also, almost genocided to the point of depletion before they finally leave the forests and make their home. So Blizzard took great care to try and present every single one of the races in World of Warcraft as good and bad, with no race wholly being good, but also no race wholly being bad. So they have good and bad sides. Ever since, I would say, maybe ever since Chris Mason stepped down, there's been this overarching tendency to make the Horde more bad than the Alliance. So every single time Blizzard has a story that they want to tell, that story is told at the cost of the Horde. So it's the Horde war chief that sort of wants to fucking annihilate the world. And it's the Horde that goes along with it. And the Horde that eventually has to put a stop to their evil leaders. Which does skew things quite heavily because that's not actually how it's supposed to be. It's not actually what it is.
Take off and become Jesus. He decides to put Hellscream in charge because he is well loved by the orcs. But Hellscream tells Thrall, "No way, dude, I'm a fighter, not a diplomat. This is a bad idea." And Thrall was like, "Well, too bad, dude, I'm doing it anyway, lol." And thrust the title of War Chief on an unwilling
Not
Garrosh
true,
when
King
the Horde
Julian.
was in the middle of a crisis. So, what does an orcish war hero do when put in charge of the Horde? Well, he runs it like an orc from Draenor would run things. Identifying the enemy, and do everything in your power to crush your opponent. The Horde is low on supplies since they spent all their money on repairs for Orgrimmar. And since they live in the middle of a desert, natural resources are scarce. Yeah. The Night Elves cut off trade with the Horde in Ashenvale when the whole Wrathgate fiasco happened, no longer trusting the Horde. So what does Garrosh do? He invades Ashenvale for the natural resources.
Like you should. I mean, look, we can't help the fact that Durotar is a fucking desert. Their forests have plenty of trees. Let's fucking take it for ourselves.
It was either that or let his people die in the streets of starvation. So the Druids of Ashenvale hold a meeting to maybe let the Horde trade with them again to stop the invasion when they are ambushed at their meeting. One of the Tauren Archdruids in the meeting saw that one of the ambushers was an orc and told Karni. Karni then thought it was Garrosh who was responsible since none of the other racial leaders cared very much for Garrosh at the time. So he challenges Garrosh to a duel, and Garrosh accepts, even though he had nothing to do with the ambush, and he thinks Karni just doesn't like the way he's running things. During the duel, Garrosh kills Karni by accident because Magatha Grimtotem poisoned his weapon before the fight without his knowledge. Turns out, the orc that ambushed the Druids was part of the Twilight Hammer cult, and had nothing to do with Garrosh.
Like, can you imagine everything going fucking wrong? Like, every single thing going wrong. Just, yeah, don't worry about the name. Like, he's saying the name wrong. Doesn't matter. Just let it go. No one gives a fuck. But just so, like, this is a comedy of errors. of just everything that could go wrong going wrong, and Garrosh gets blamed for all of it.
But, of course, both of these instances still leave a sour taste in the mouth of people for Garrosh, even though he wasn't really responsible for either. Vol'jin, the person Thrall told Garrosh to turn to if he ever needed advice, basically insults him and threatens to kill Garrosh. Sylvanas is creating a new plague, just like the one that was used at the Wrathgate, and is killing people intentionally to raise them again as undead.
Yep.
Garrosh goes over there to tell her to cut that shit out, because she's behaving no differently than the Lich King. Of course, Sylvanas ignored him, and does it anyway, and then asks for Orcish help when things turn sour for her while invading Gilneas. So, what does all this teach Garrosh? Well, the other races of the Horde don't understand what he's doing. He's running the Horde like an orc would, like his father, who he idolized more than anyone would. And
oh yeah, we've watched WoW Stalker's Secret already. When you look at their history, they have more genocide and bloodshed on their hands than the Alliance do. King Julian, obvious bullshit. Like, obvious bullshit. If you don't know the lore of World of Warcraft, that's fine. Not everyone has to, but it's literally not true. Because, again, oh my god, people have such selective memories. I would urge you to go read the original lore of World of Warcraft and see how much blood the Alliance have on their hands. Like, I would urge you. Not only the Alliance, you can also go and look at how much blood the Night Elves have on their hands. The Horde does not outweigh the Alliance when it comes to blood on their hands. It is at best equal.
he is getting nothing but shit from everyone in return. When one of his own men kill a village of peaceful druids, he personally comes to the location and kills the commander in charge, because there's no honor in killing people who aren't even fighting back.
I fucking forgot about this, but it is true. I forgot I did this. Dude, why the fuck was Garrosh's story never explored more? I remember doing this quest and still thinking to myself, the way Garrosh is being portrayed is not consistent with some of the things we've already seen from him. The Garrosh story, just listening to this, is actually fucking annoying me, because the Garrosh story was so terribly portrayed in World of Warcraft. It's as if they just gave up towards the end. Like, they were going with the story and they were really sort of building a very good story, and then they just gave up. Like, they just sort of lost interest, and like, fuck it, let's just make him bad and get it over with.
Garrosh's philosophy is about finding an opponent and defeating them by any means necessary, not killing peaceful villages for no reason. So, Garrosh continues his campaign against the Alliance. He's been at war with the Alliance since he's joined the Horde. Why would he stop fighting them now when they are being openly hostile towards him?
Yeah,
so
makes sense.
He decides to take out the Alliance foothold right in his front yard. People may question Garrosh for blowing up the entire city, but they were at war. It's not like he just flew over Theramore one day and dropped the nuke. No, they had been fighting for weeks, if not months before that. Then the hidden continent of Pandaria was discovered.
Yep.
A giant, brand new land filled with natural resources. Of course he's going to want to get his hands on it.
So people in chat are actually saying something that is my biggest issue with World of Warcraft. Because rightfully so. The Kata Garrosh and the Mob Garrosh, two different people. Like, literally day and night. But it's not just Garrosh. Sylvanas have been 4 different people in her entire fucking existence. So, Sylvanas gets turned into a Banshee, does a whole bunch of bad shit, right? Then frees herself from the Lich King's control and is quite a bad person. She is willing to sacrifice all of the undead to kill the Lich King. She then kills the Lich King, throws herself off the top of Icecrown Citadel, comes back and actually starts to love her people, grows to love her people, and wants the best for her people. Then she changes again to, I don't give a fuck. And now she's the Ranger General / Banshee Queen / whatever the fuck she's going to be in the future. the inconsistency with which World of Warcraft is being written is what really, really sets me off. It's like, if you're going to start a story for a character, at least be consistent in what that story is going to be. You can't just go for the rule of cool in the middle of the story. That it becomes annoying after a while when a character just completely shifts day and night. It's just like a complete change in how the character operates and functions.
The Alliance do the same thing as well. While there, he also finds all kinds of artifacts, powerful ones that could boost the power of the Horde. He'd be stupid not to try and put them to good use. After finding the heart of Y'Shaarj, Garrosh finally has enough power to accomplish the goal of the Horde, to take out the Alliance and control the world, united under one leader. This is a goal even Wrathion wanted as well, since he knew the world would be better off if the two factions stopped fighting, and the only way that would ever happen is if one of them took over the other. So Garrosh takes all of his new wonders from Pandaria back to Orgrimmar to prepare for the coming war. It's then that the other races of the Horde rebel. Doesn't matter, he doesn't need them anyway. They've been nothing but a dick to Garrosh the whole time he's been war chief. But then Thrall himself joins the fray. Goes to Orgrimmar, not to reason with Garrosh, the person he put in charge of the Horde, even though Garrosh himself told Thrall it was a bad idea, but goes to Orgrimmar to kill Garrosh himself. Garrosh defeats his old mentor. He's in too deep now, and has the power of an old god. Of course he wins. He doesn't kill Thrall though, because even though Thrall betrayed him, he still sees him as a kind of father figure. Then after the combined might of the Horde Rebellion and the Alliance finally take down Garrosh, Thrall is all too eager to kick him while he's down. But the Alliance king of all people stops him, and proposes a trial for Garrosh instead. And of course Garrosh gets lampooned at his trial. Anyone in
And Julian, your argument there literally only speaks to, like, so in other words, the history of World of Warcraft started with the latest war of the Alliance and the Horde. People, oh my god, I'm not even going to get into it, King Julian. Stop fucking spamming that shit. Just stop. I've been driven to fucking madness by the morons in the World of Warcraft universe that effectively all the history prior to Legion doesn't exist. There's no history prior to Legion. Legion is the start of World of Warcraft history.
the losing side of a conflict is going to come out of it looking like a bad person. But despite all he did during his reign as the war chief, the Celestials, ancients who have lived thousands of years and are thought of as pinnacles of wisdom and intelligence by the Pandaren, think Garrosh deserves to live and spare his life at the trial. The Celestials themselves think it wasn't completely Garrosh's fault. It's then that the Bronze Dragon Trader and Wrathion break Garrosh out of the courtroom and take him to an alternate Draenor to build an army to stop the Legion. But Garrosh has different plans. He wants to meet his own father himself, since he probably won't get a chance like this ever again. He meets up with his dad, in disguise, and is able to convince him to never drink the demon blood, saving the orcs from demonic influence. But meanwhile, on Azeroth, Thrall is not happy about Garrosh escaping. When the Iron Horde comes through the portal to invade the Blasted Lands, Thrall seizes as a chance to finally kill Garrosh. Thrall tracks down Garrosh into Grand and challenges him to Mak-Ora. What's the first thing Thrall says to Garrosh as they're about to fight? You must answer for your crimes, Garrosh. Totally ignoring the fact that Celestials themselves, beacons of wisdom who have lived tens of thousands of years, said, dude, Garrosh isn't completely to blame. No, Thrall is out for blood, and Garrosh is rightfully pissed and attacks. Now, Garrosh was a pretty damn good fighter, but so is Thrall, who was raised as a warrior and became a shaman later on in life. They're pretty evenly matched.
This is also
so
a cool
neither
fight,
side
this,
really
by
knows
the
who's
way.
going to win. Garrosh tells Thrall, all I did for the Horde, because that's exactly what he did. Who was Thrall to get mad at him for doing what he thought was in the best interest of the Horde? Thrall spits on this idea and tells him, no, you failed the Horde. Garrosh, while beating Thrall's smug face in, tells him, you're the one who put me in charge. You left me to pick up your pieces. If anything, you failed me. And this is where Thrall cheats. He thinks he's in the right. He thinks Garrosh was alone responsible for...
Wait, when you say cheat, I might take issue with this. I'm gonna let him play this out, but cheat? How does H see cheating?
Crumbling the horde. And in a duel where the rules are as follows: each participant is allowed to use one weapon. Body armor is forbidden.
No, these are old rules. The rules of Makara have changed. These are the original rules of Makara. I believe Chris Mason. The rules was updated, I think, after Wrath. The rules of Makara were updated. I remember actually, I think, reading the interview where Chris Mason explained why. So because they have magic users, the original Orcish warriors were all warriors. Even though, a warlock was a warlock, it was still a warrior. So their original rules as orcs were one weapon each and no one else is allowed to sort of intervene. The updated rules of Makara is it's two people fighting and no borrowed magic. So you cannot defeat someone with anything borrowed. In other words, if you are using magic that is your magic, that's fine. But you're not allowed to use someone else's magic. So someone else can't cast a fucking spell on you to make you not take damage or some shit like that. So as long as the fight is done by your own hand, that's all that matters. So the rules of Makara have changed. These are the original sort of Orcish old rules of Makara. You can actually check that up if you don't believe me. Just Google Makara, you'll see. The rules of Makara have been adapted since there's multiple classes now. And if you think a priest stands any chance against a warrior with an axe, you're nuts. Like, a warrior is bred to fight with an axe. A priest is not. So just the fact that you have different classes in the game means that it had to be updated.
Each participant needs at least one witness. Thrall not only has full body armor, but uses 5 weapons. His hammer, fire, wind, earth, and nature magic. Garrosh only had on his pants and 1 weapon, like you're supposed to have. Then, as Garrosh was about to die, being killed...
What probably could be viewed as cheating in this regard, the rules of Makara were updated for the other races of the Horde. So you have Makara of the Horde, and then you have Makara of the Orcs. Now, since this was back on their ancestral home, and also since this was a battle between Orcs, one could probably argue that their rules for Makara would have still been the old rules for Makara, right? Kyle, Ackland is correct. If you play Rexar's campaign in TFT, those are the rules. So Warlocks will just win again with Demon and spells easy. Galmal not well in terms of true Makara. If you were pitting people against like class against class, there's no class that can defeat a Death Knight. Like, Death Knight's lore wise is the strongest. You can't change, and nothing you can say or do will change. Okay, so the rules of the game itself does not change your mind. In that case, King Julian, okay, have fun arguing with yourself.
By the man who both set him on the path to glory and set him on his own downfall. His last words are to tell Thrall exactly this: "You made me what I am." And Thrall denies any part or blame for his actions and executes Garrosh. And that's the end of the video. Was I able to convince you that...
Dude, where is the... Oh my god, the one moment that we need. The one moment we needed. I can't let this stand. I need the one that was made by the player. I think it's this one. Is it this one? Which one was remade by the player? Was this made for before Shadowlands? That would make sense. Did I just move over it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, this one.
I must answer for my crimes. Repent for my sins. But every choice I made, I would proudly make again. You will submit. I submit to no one. Not you. Not the jailer. And not that coward thrall.
Dude, this guy is so fucking cool, man. Like, this guy is so fucking cool. Just listen to what he says here again.
They said I must answer for my crimes. Repent for my sins. But every choice I made, I would proudly make again. You will submit. I submit to no one. Not you. Not the jailer. And not that coward thrall. For the Horde!
Ah, dude. Dude. That's what we need. That's the ruler, the war chief that the Horde needs again. Like, if you, oh my god, they gave up on Garrosh's story way too early. They mistreated it so much, because if you wanted to bring back that Horde v Alliance feel, this is the leader you need. This is literally the leader that you need, is Garrosh Hellscream. But yeah, pretty cool video. Thanks for the link. Really appreciate that, bro. I mean, the Horde Council does suck. That's true. Like, the Horde Council does fucking blow ass. But then again, I don't know if the Horde Council is going to continue to operate for very, very long. No way Denuzer is going to allow someone like Garrosh into his story. So, who here was a fan of Garrosh Hellscream? Let's get some perspective. Who liked him? Cajun, thanks for the first time chatted. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It would actually be funny if they brought Garrosh Hellscream back. Like, what if Garrosh killing his jailer infused him with enough anima that it somehow brings him back to life? Like, how cool would that be? Unprovoked. King Julian literally didn't watch this video. Yeah, sure, King Julian. You're at war, you bomb a nation that you're at war with, and somehow that is unprovoked. This makes sense. I realize that it's copium, and I realize that it is fan service. I don't give a fuck. I would take Garrosh Hellscream any day over any of the fucking people in the Horde right now. Any day. The characters that they have currently, like, leading the Horde is so fucking bland, dude. Like, just so bland. Everyone wants peace and goody two-shoe bullshit. Oh my god, no, let's get some spice back in this bitch. You know, spice things up a little. Garrosh, because I felt he lived up to my expectations since I really, really liked Rom Hellscream. What's wrong with Lorthamar? Lorthamar is no longer the same Lorthamar that he used to be. But he has moments of it, but he's not explored. It could just be the failure of Blizzard's writing, of course. Because Lorthamar could be a cool character. Talanji could be a really cool character. But there's no exploration of these characters. So how would you know? Horde on lane right now, and I am Horde. Oh, I'm Horde main. I've been Horde main my entire fucking WoW career. I will never play Alliance. Like, fuck that shit. But I couldn't like Garrosh. Oh, I love Garrosh, dude. Garrosh was badass, man. How can you not like him? Nibelung, by the way, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think we'll ever get ogres, dude. I think you need to keep dreaming. I have another video that I wanted to watch. Oh yeah. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure what this game is, but it's a new game coming. So it's called Ballatoris, and it's apparently a new MMO that's launching in 2022.
Asian MMOs are a dime a dozen. 1/3 of them come
Kadeem, you bastard! Thanks for the deal and stuff. Did really appreciate that. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
out with an announcement, and after years waiting, released within their country of origin, disregarding the rest of the world. 1/3 of them actually released to a Western audience and failed to live up to any expectations set by the MMO community, typically due to pay to win.
Dude, Asia really is like a conveyor belt factory for MMOs. If you go on Steam and you look at the vast majority of MMOs, it's all Asian MMOs. Like, they have 4 or 5 MMOs just yearly launching. And most of them is just rinse repeat bullshit. Like, I would say 95% of every single Korean MMO is following the exact same structure as 95% of all Korean MMOs. It's the same game. Slightly different graphics, maybe slightly different classes and stuff like that. But effectively, it's the same fucking game. 100%. Mobile gachas as well. Half dozen new ones every week. Yeah. Never long. Thanks for the first time chat. Did really appreciate it.
Horrendous grinds, or they have Bless in their name. And the final 1/3, well,
Nice.
they don't even end up releasing. Hey, my name is Styx, and welcome back to the channel. Now, you guys are gonna have to bear with me on this one, as the article pertaining to this announcement specifically is in Korean, and translating it has garnered some suboptimal results. If what I've translated using a multitude of different translators available on...
It is made with Unreal Engine 5, by the way. So, if this MMO does launch, it is going to be the first time we get to see the power of Unreal Engine 5. I think this is the game. I think this is footage of the game. It looks fucking gorgeous, but then to be real, a lot of the Korean MMOs look really good. It's the playing that fucking blows.
Online is correct though, then it looks as though we have a new medieval PC MMORPG currently in development utilizing Unreal Engine 5 developed in Korea. And I know you are immediately going to jump to the conclusion that this is just another trashy Korean MMO. And that very well might be the case, but let's not judge a game before the developers have a chance to show us what they're capable of. Otherwise,
I mean, that's not really fair. Let's not judge a game before the developers have a chance to show us what they're capable of. You can absolutely judge things based on past experiences. And I feel like any company that takes gaming seriously from Korea is going to have a very, very steep hill to climb. Because they have to compete not only with other MMOs in the market, but also with the stigma that these dime a dozen fucking MMO companies have created around Korean MMOs.
we're just aiding in the stagnation of the genre. Quick shout out to our patrons over on Patreon. This allows you to directly support us if you're interested. Every patron will have their name appear at the beginning of every single YouTube video, and you'll be immortalized in the MMO genre forever.
Shadow Skelly, well, so here's the thing. What do you mean when you say, should we judge? Because, for example, should we judge Dragonflight on the back of Shadowlands and PFA? The answer is yes, we should. Because we don't know whether or not Dragonflight is going to be good. We don't know. We have a name and we have a couple of graphics. That's it. That's all we know about Dragonflight. We don't know how these things are going to be implemented. We don't know even what is going to be implemented. So the smartest thing to do is you base it off of what you already know. Let's put this in a different... let's put this differently. You meet a boy or a girl, yeah? They are notorious for cheating on their past, in their past relationships. Literally, this guy or this girl have never been in a relationship where they haven't sucked someone else's dick or eaten someone else in that relationship. Are you now going to go, well, maybe, you know, I can't judge him on his past relationships. I can only judge him on the one with me. Would that be a smart decision? Or let's say you go to an investment banker. You want to invest your money. The guy is literally convicted of stealing his client's money, and you still go, well, yeah, I'll give my money to him. Let's give him a chance. It's no use judging him on his past mistakes. For every single other example in the world, you would absolutely judge someone on their past. Like, absolutely. Even Final Fantasy XIV went through this. So when Final Fantasy 1.0 was a complete and utter fucking crash, people were rightfully very skeptical of Final Fantasy 2.0. And it took Yoshi P and his team literally until Shadowbringers to effectively convince the majority of the player base that Final Fantasy now isn't what 1.0 was. So it's all on you. You have to convince us that you're not the same as everyone else.
InVen, the website that is reporting on this, mentions the developer New Incorporated is currently in the process of developing a live-action PC MMORPG simply titled Bellators. After Googling around for a few minutes, I could find no mention of a developer with that name, but the article does note the CEO's name, Kim Jung-hwan, who happens to be the CEO of a company called Neo Incorporated. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that this is the company in question, as after navigating on over to their website, I see they do in fact have an MMORPG that is in active development, an MMO that on their website they call Project N1.
Wait, did this guy go out of his way just to look for games that could potentially be announced? Like, this is what you call scraping the bottom of the barrel for MMO news, dude. Like, this is where you go deep on trying to find anything you can talk about. I'm not saying it's bad. It's obviously amazing journalism and looking for stuff, but it is sort of going, right, there's nothing new in the gaming industry. I'm going to have to go deep here. It's up to me now to go find, like, whatever I can find to talk about. It's fucking job well done, but I don't know if I would be willing to do this much to get content.
Lists this game as a PC MMORPG for Windows 10 built with Unreal Engine 5. Now, after digging a little further, I learned that Project N1 has actually been in active development since 2017, and since 2017 has continued to receive repeated funding from a variety of different investors, including but not limited to KB Securities, Cape Investment and Securities, KDP Industrial Bank, Dowell Investment, Welcome Capital, Wheelix Investment, and Yuanta Securities. Neo, the developers of the upcoming MMO, went on to note that they understand the value of PC MMORPG MMORPGs in the global market, where Chinese MMOs typically tend to target predominantly a mobile demographic, as Asians love spending exorbitant amounts of money on their digital waifus. Actually, you know what? Now that we're talking about spending money on waifus, there are actually people in Japan that spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on music, specifically from idols that they obsess over. And you know the kinds of things they do when they obsess over their idols in Japan. Yeah, get that image out of your head now. Purely though, for the
Dude, why though? What's like, why though? Like, do dudes in Japan just not get laid? Is it really that difficult to find a wife in Japan? Or even a girlfriend in Japan that, like, you would justify spending that amount of money? Because I believe it was like 300,000 US dollars that this guy spent on finding music. I can't even announce they have a boyfriend? It's a thing in Japan where dudes would rather spend time with anime titties than real women. But why though? Like, I get that anime titties could look nice, but real titties are better. Or am I just crazy for saying that?
chance to meet them. That is crazy. That is mind-blowing, right? Like, dude, I had a thing for Britney Spears. I had a thing for Christina Aguilera back when I was like 13 or 14 years old, but there was no way in hell that I was going to spend, well, there was no way in hell that I or my family had.
What do you mean they have a medical term for it? I don't think Twitch chat can go into it in reasonable detail. Social pressure led to less dating need? What do you mean social pressure led to less dating need? Just trolling. I know the WoW lore and WoW history and that the Alliance has done some bad shit and I'm already grey as well. And you're right. There is no good or bad for the Horde and the Alliance. King Julian, thank you so much for admitting that. Look at Sims on Twitch for titty streamers. It's a problem, though. It is becoming a problem. A genuine question, where the fuck is a girl going to find a decent guy when half the fucking guys are off on Twitch or on some other app dropping cash in order to try and convince a girl that, you know, he's worth it? Toyota plant that has 3 wives? Jesus. So much less women in Japan. They can have extremely high standards. Are there fewer women in Japan than there are men? Watch more titty streamers than I do. Elodie, you've got a good girlfriend there. Guys just don't know how to talk to women these days. Guys have never known how to talk to women. Like, it's always scary. And I get it. I get it. As a guy, I fucking get it. You never know when the right time is that you should approach a girl. No one really knows what's the right thing to say to a girl. It's always fucking scary. But usually hello works. It's not the best opening line, but it's a line that you can use. You just say hello and then you take it from there. No, but isn't it? No, China, I believe the demographic is like 70% women, 30% men. No? I believe in China, the demographic is completely skewed to where there's more women than men. Which is why so many Chinese parents now favor male babies over female babies. Or is it the other way around? China, there's more men than women? All my past girlfriends approach me first. I still have no idea how to approach first. Interesting. It's a deep cultural thing. Yeah, but, oh my god, people don't, like, it's just weird. 70% men due to the one-child policy, and men were considered more valuable at the time. And there's nearly a full generation of girls due to idiotic laws plus preferring boys. Fuck. Right, so it's the other way around. Yeah, as you guys can see, I am an expert on all things Asia. You know, I really know my stuff. Like, dude, I am the most ignorant person when it comes to any culture that isn't my own. So I really don't fucking know. I hear someone say something and then it's like, okay, yeah, that probably makes sense. Fuck it. We'll just go with that. I don't really care. So that's why I was asking, isn't it like more women than men? But it kind of makes sense that there would be more men than women. So women are basically seen as much higher priority, I guess. So they can choose basically over the fuck they want.
Or would have ever had hundreds of thousands of dollars. But if we did have hundreds of thousands of dollars, there is no way I would have wasted that money on meeting one of them. But they have confirmed that their goals with Bellators differ quite substantially to the norm. Neo have a vision, potentially a vision to compete with Black Desert Online, given this game bears a very strong resemblance to it. Their vision is to have a largely successful PC MMO in both Korea, where PC gaming is still thriving, and over in the West, where PC gaming is the most popular form of gaming on any platform. Or,
Clatrade, what do you mean? Am I coming to Twitch in EU? What? I mean, isn't Twitch like all over the world? What do you mean? Oh, TwitchCon? No. No, I will not be doing that. Dude, why would I spend a fuck ton of money to fly to TwitchCon? Like, there's no way. It would be a horrible financial investment. It would be a horrible financial investment for me. No, I would not be doing it. Not anytime soon, anyways. But the fact that they want to compete with Black Desert Online is actually what makes this funny. Because is Black Desert Online really still so popular? Like, is it actually still so popular? King Julian, dude, you can't keep spamming paragraphs of shit, dude. Like, try to say, if you want me to read an entire message that you write, you have to be shorter than that. You keep spamming fucking paragraphs of crap and then just keep spamming it over and over again. I'm not reading that shit. Korean market equals NA plus EU market. Yeah, but we are talking, like, they want to compete in the West as well. According to this guy, the article states that they want to compete in the West as well. And as last time I checked, isn't like BDO incredibly paid to win?
okay, well, it is at least pertaining to the MMO scene. Mobile gacha games would prove otherwise, but mobile MMOs have failed to take off over here. Thank God. Bellators has been in active development since 2017, and as of 2022, they have received an additional 30 billion won in Series D investment, which equates to roughly 25 million US dollars. This is their fourth round of investment to date. Bellators is confirmed to be a large-scale PC MMORPG that expands its sales and lifecycle infinitely with the development and service capabilities of Neo's core personnel, who have experience in launching multiple PC MMORPGs, as well as various game platforms and cultural content. They go on to state that we highly appreciated the IP potential of the company. They also went on to note that core developers have experience launching multiple PC MMORPGs.
Is he showing BDO
here? I could only find information about the CEO himself. I can tell that he was the CEO of NCSoft back in 2003. NCSoft, the company behind Ion, the company behind Blade and Soul, behind Lineage, and after 8 years at NCSoft, went on to co-found Exile Games, the company behind ArcAge. Now, after almost 9 years as CEO of Exile Games, he went on to become the senior director of Blizzard Entertainment in Korea for the next year before becoming the CEO
Dude, this
of
guy
Neo
does have
Incorporated
some
in
legitimate fucking experiences.
Which was a little under 6 years ago. Yeah, you're welcome for that history lesson. But you know what? Having a group of talented developers doesn't really mean much for an MMO.
What do you do, Akko, if you see a really hot girl and not know how to ask her out of fear of rejection? You just fucking ask her out. Like, what's the worst that can happen? She can say no. That doesn't kill you. Like that doesn't hurt. Physically, at least, it doesn't hurt. You just go up to her and you go, "Hey, can I buy you coffee or can I take you to dinner?" If she says no, that's fucking it. You just go, "Okay, thanks, bye." Walk away, make a joke if you can. If she says no, I can't, sorry, you just go, "Oh shit, it would have been really fun. Peace out." And then you leave. I don't know why that's an issue. I genuinely don't understand. Katrina Stars, take care of yourself. Thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Says no, move on. Yeah, emotionally it hurts, but this is where you don't show it. You be a man, you look her in the eye, and you go, "Thank you very much, really appreciate that," and you leave. That's it. Many guys, the soft-hearted Echo, they don't take no easy. I wouldn't call that soft-hearted, though. Because if you can't take no, if you ask a girl out and she says no, and then you start, like, bitching and bullshit about, why not? Like, what the fuck are you doing? She said no, move on. I wouldn't say that's soft-hearted not to take no for an answer. That's just bullshit. Oftentimes, the way in which you take no for an answer can actually lead to the girl rethinking her no. Like, if you take that fucking no as a man, and you just go, "All right, well, your loss," and you leave. But you make it jokingly, so not arrogantly. But you sort of make a joke in that, you would have had the time of your life going to dinner with me. Not in a sexual way again, but you keep it lighthearted. That could make her think, maybe he is actually, like, worth it. Maybe I should have said yes. If he's that confident, even after I said no, maybe I should. Like, sometimes just how you take the no can lead to a yes in the future. Objection, hearsay.
Let's use WildStar here as an example. They had an incredible team of experienced developers, but due to conflicts within their studio and NCSoft, WildStar floundered and ultimately failed. Bellator's is, interestingly enough, being developed with the Unreal Engine 5 engine, and most importantly, Nioh confirmed that it will be releasing this year, as in releasing the game in 2022. Now,
fuck.
I don't know. To me personally, I'm going to go under the assumption here that I have expectations of releasing some type of test phase, more likely a closed beta test sometime this year. I cannot foresee them fully realizing the game and subsequently launching it this year. Not only was it...
To be fair, though, the game has been in development since 2016. So it's been in development for 6 years. It is entirely possible that they could release the game this year. 6 years in MMOs, even in MMOs, 6 years is a long-ass fucking time to be developing a game. Most MMOs are developed in sort of a 5-year process. So they're already they should at least be quite far along.
Just officially revealed, but we don't have a trailer. We don't really have much in the way of in-game footage, even in the form of screenshots to base our opinions of the game off of. What we do have are the following images though, which were taken directly from their website. We have a medieval inspired world, Jack Reacher, Altair, Harry Styles, a sacrificial altar, Gwen Stacy, Isabel Rochev, Haley from Modern Family, Noctis's dad, Asmongold, the Pope, the Dragonborn,
Oh, shit. I love how the only bald guy in the fucking is Asmongold. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, that's funny as shit.
Asmongold, the Pope, the Dragonborn, Saber, your mother, a guy who clearly doesn't grasp the concept that archers can shoot both his left and his right, what your typical Dark Souls player thinks they'll look like as opposed to what they actually look like, Mr. Tingle, a slave camp, and finally, every Catholic church that I've ever been kicked out of. They've been attempting to create a live-action visual world with the goal of pursuing the essence of the MMORPG. Not that any of us have any real understanding of what that even means. What is the essence?
I would say the biggest issue I tend to have with sort of Korean MMOs or Asian MMOs for that matter is story translations. A lot of these games spend so little time actually translating the game correctly. Or just, it feels sometimes like they're cutting corners. So I've been playing, and I realized that this game wasn't actually developed for the Asian market. Old Squad TV, thanks for the 7 sub, did really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have anyone here played Horizon Zero Dawn? Did you ask for creation, Dave's made Asmongold in their character creator and showed it on stream? Yes, I did see it. So I've been told by many people that the story of Horizon Zero Dawn is absolutely phenomenal. It's an absolutely amazing story. And I don't disagree with that statement wholeheartedly. It is a cool story. The acting, though, and the voice lines is terrible in that fucking game. It is absolutely fucking terrible. The acting is like, you have characters that effectively either sound so fucking monotone that the message that they're trying to portray to you just feels surreal almost. And then you have the guard, like the captain of the guard in I just got to, what's that place called? Meridian. And the new captain of the guard, he doesn't seem to believe anything he's telling me. And so I'm using this is more often than not what I find with Korean games. If it's voice acted, the voice acting is off. The voice acting doesn't seem to fit what they're saying. More often than not, the translations don't make a whole lot of sense, which can make things feel off and just sort of out of place. So, yeah, I don't know. And since I only play games for story, I don't know if this game is going to be for me. Reminiscent, how you doing, bro? Thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate that.
Of the MMORPG,
oh, we already spoke about Blizzard's
is it
bullshit.
Like cake? Because we all love cake, right? This game will feature various types of content, things like survival, adventure, and production. I
did play AC Odyssey, and yes, the male character's acting is terrible, to say the fucking least.
Along with large-scale PvP battles between continents. They didn't elaborate on what they meant with regards to survival, if it was going to implement features from the survival genre, or whether it was just going to be substantially more difficult than what we're used to. It's also unconfirmed whether the large-scale PvP they're talking about will be instanced or open world. The CEO of Neo, though, did go on to state that the implementation of the core functions and many features of Bellator's under development has been
I've been thinking about playing
it.
It
is necessary to expand the development and service manpower on a large scale for the next game build. With the financial resources secured this time, we will do our best to prepare for the release of the game.
I feel like this is the reason why so many people play Korean games. Like, this right here is the reason. They fantasize about the girls and think that this girl could be their girlfriend. Like, it must be so fucking rough being an Asian girl in the West. Because I feel like 90% of the guys that wants to date you believes that you are basically an anime girl. Like, you are effectively an anime girl and you're gonna be their anime girl. It must be so rough, dude, being an Asian girl in the West. Like, it must be fucking hell. Because you're not an anime girl, but you are, right? Because according to the guys, you must be. That's the whole idea behind Genshin. For some reason, Koreans like Indian movies, love their dance numbers. Europa buying G 50k gold.
By not only actively
Oh,
recruiting new employees, but also upgrading the game engine by increasing the company's
Massey.
actual competitiveness.
We have to engage in the
within
weeaboo shit.
industry, such as salary and welfare. So, if I'm to understand this correctly, they have implemented the core of the game, along with the majority of the features that they want to be present in the final playable build. They're in the process of working towards that build and are bringing on additional developers.
Fast Smoke, I don't know. Would the average sort of Asian think that all Asian girls are anime girls? I mean, you grew up with girls, right? You saw them in school. So I don't think so. I think the average Asian guy likes the anime girls because the average Asian girl isn't an anime girl. So I don't think the average Asian guy looks at Asian woman and says, "Oh my God, she must be exactly like this this weeaboo girl that is in my video game." I think it's a Western thing. I think guys in the West have a sort of weird. So I was watching this video about K-pop, like the phenomena of K-pop. Here's what's interesting. Those girls that's in these K-pop groups, don't ask me to name a K-pop group. I wouldn't be able to for the life of me. But I know there's girl groups that's massive in the West and in the East. When they speak and when they sort of put out content, they raise the pitch of their voice to be sort of like super girly, and they have to appear to always have fun. Like, always. They were showing this sort of video clip that one group put out where the girls have these hats on with fucking ears that they can move, and they're sort of jumping around, and the video shows them at home just having fun, right? So this is how they spend their leisure time, is jumping around in hats that can make their fucking ears move and crap like that. And you obviously know that that's not fucking true. Like, you know, when the cameras go off, most of them probably pick up a book or lounge in front of the TV watching Netflix or, you know, do normal adult shit, because no adult jumps around all day and fucking laughs and giggles, right? That's just not what we do. But apparently it has, like, it's constantly the fantasy has to be sold that Asian girls specifically are fountains of youth, never really grow up or old. They're always sort of childish and innocent and playful, but also must be super sexy. In schools, imagine.
In an active effort to reach their goal of releasing in whatever capacity they plan on releasing in this year. Whether that's a closed beta or a full launch remains to be seen. Regardless, having the game be as close as it is to release is highly promising. I know at the end of the day, this is just another Korean MMO to some of you guys, and there are going to be those of us that cover this like we always have. Like me, Kira, Asmongold. Some of us will like what we see, some of us won't. Despite that, I personally think that the game has some potential. I'm aware of the CEO's history within the genre. NCSoft is an atrocious pay-to-win company, and so is Exile Games. So technically, that doesn't bode well for the future of this game. We know where his priorities lie, the kind of business model that they'll likely adopt, and the practices that they'll employ.
Pay-to-win.
But despite how poorly Black Desert and Blade and Soul were handled, they have both been incredibly fun MMOs to play. And at the end of the day, to me at least, that's kind of what's the most important. Neo might want a long-term financial success, but what we as MMO players want is to have fun playing a new game, whether that's for a month or for a year. This doesn't need to be the next World of Warcraft. This game doesn't need to be the next Final Fantasy XIV. It just needs to be the next game that also happens to be fun to play
Yeah.
until the next one drops, because that is the mentality that the genre has now adopted. MMO hopping every time a new one launches, for better or for worse. Now, if you're looking for another game that I am genuinely excited for this year, then you know what to do.
I mean, what's the difference, Miku? What's the difference between Asian femininity and Western femininity? Richard, I would say MMOs can absolutely make fun games. Look at Final Fantasy, for example. Amazing game. The issue is that most MMO companies do not focus on making fun games. They focus on making money. Which, of course, oftentimes for them, run counter to the fun part. I mean, I'll play it. I'll give it a go. I can't say whether or not it's going to be good, but I'll give it a go. Fuck it. Why not? We can try. I'm yet to try Guild Wars. Like I'm yet to give Guild Wars 2 a go. But I want to do Star Wars. I've actually been thinking about maybe changing up the stream schedule, like on a daily basis, in how we stream. So do 2 hours of just chatting, 3 hours of Final Fantasy 14, 3 to 4 hours of Final Fantasy 14, and then 2 to 3 hours of another MMO. So instead of doing 8 hours of just, basically, usually we'll do 2 hours of just chatting and then 6 hours of FF14. Change it up a bit, Do 3 or 4 hours of FF14, then go into Star Wars The Old Republic and play that for 2-3 hours. So just change things up, Keep things fucking fresh. Mainly the reason I'm doing this, by the way, is my voice fucking blows after 6 hours of Final Fantasy 14 streaming. It's been to use FF as the last game since you always go overtime. Alex, not really, because right now I am actually having a crazy amount of fun with FF. So I wouldn't want to do FF. I would want to do FF when I'm fresh and still like really ready to dive into it. I wouldn't want to do FF after. Period. Guild Wars got some sick weapon animations. I want to try all of it, right? I want to try all of the major MMOs on the market and effectively just make videos about them, Make videos about my journey through those MMOs. And new stuff and all on FF. Got it? No, not fuck all energy on new stuff. Just the new stuff breaks up the monotony of it. So I get Final Fantasy 14, playing it, enjoying it, and then in about 3-4 hours, when the energy starts dipping, you get into a new game, and that new game sort of picks back up. But the reason I also want to do that second is it allows me to not just focus on one game. So we can do Star Wars The Old Republic for 2 days and then jump into Guild Wars 2 the next day, because it is the final leg of the stream. Because I also have to think about the timing. We usually start streaming at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. By 6 o'clock, we jump into FF14. That's peak. That's when most of the fuckers are online. So if I first jump into another game, by the time I jump into FF14, most of the fuckers have already gone to sleep. So most people are now missing the FF14 play. Better, Guild Wars 2 and SWATer have full voice acting. Yeah, plus, it gives me the opportunity to, if we try a brand new game and no one fucking likes it, we can just stop and go back to FF14, Because it is the final moments, it's the final 3-4 hours of the stream. So if we don't like the game that we're trying, nothing stops us from just reacting to bullshit and fuck that game. It's a silly game. We don't like it. But yeah, I mean, the reason I want to do this is I don't want to fall back into the one game Andy like what I was for so long with World of Warcraft, where it's the only game you play, and if you fall into that trap, like, what do you do when the MSQ is done? Because I've been legitimately thinking about this for a while now. What happens once I'm done with the MSQ in FF14? There's not much content then. So what? You just start doing raids? Raids are fun for a while, but they're not really fun to watch all the time. So you are going to reach a point where, you know, people are bored. So why not just immediately start moving into multiple types of content, multiple types of games? Multiple games like Aspen does. It's difficult to explain. I honestly prefer Asian women as an Asian myself, mainly for culture than anything else. I can respect that. You're an old man by the time you finish. True. No, it's not about... So, I'm not saying unsub. I'm talking about what do I do with the stream. So, obviously, I have to think as a content creator and as a gamer. As a gamer, I have no issues. When Final Fantasy, when I finally finish Final Fantasy and I've done everything that is current at the time. As a gamer, I have thousands of other games that I can play. As a content creator, you have to be careful how you build your audience. Because what you want is a core audience that will basically play whatever the fuck you play. Like, they'll basically watch whatever you play. You don't get that when all you're playing is one game. What you end up getting usually then is this group of people that is coming only for one game. It's one of the reasons I have never done gameplay only streams. Every single one of my streams starts with a just chatting section. Because that way, a lot of you are coming in. Some of you will enjoy the just chatting stuff. Some of you may hate it. Like, there could legitimately be some of you that fucking loathe the just chatting sections of the stream. And that's fine. You know, if you don't like it, that's cool. I don't really care. Because I'm doing the just chatting stuff for those people that do like it. Whereas I think if you're a gameplay only streamer and you specifically only play one game, that's fucking dangerous. And World of Warcraft taught me that. Because once the game goes bad, the fuck do you do then? Bull Wasabi, thanks for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. New content in your Discord. Magenta, what am I watching? Oh, John, you haven't seen these yet? Oh, I've seen these. Yeah. We watched these, Magenta. We watched these last year. A year before last year, actually. You have a tantrum, delete all your words, and then ban your community. Oh, wait. Yeah, that probably. No. I'm playing from beta? Wait, who's playing from when? Sir? What the hell are you guys talking about? Oh, you guys are talking about Swatter, right? Yeah. Swatter is the first game that we'll be giving a try. I should probably just fucking install and download the game. So we can give Swatter a try tomorrow night after Final Fantasy. Because tomorrow we'll do the Q&A on YouTube. And then right after the Q&A, we'll go live and play some Final Fantasy. And then maybe after that, we'll do some Swatter. For the first time, I've never played Swatter. So that's going to be quite interesting. You can notice the femininity in FF14's female characters. Compare it to most Western games, female characterization. I can't exactly put my finger on it, but there is a difference. Are you sort of referring to the hyper-feminization of women in FF4, in sort of Asian games? So, girls are, like, very girly. Is that what you're referring to? Miku. Yeah, but personality-wise is literally, dude, that's what it means. Girls are very girly, means, like, personality-wise means physically, it's not just a physical thing. Tell that to my max height, Femro, Dark Knight. I would say that's still something they play into their feminine side more, while Western try to be like men, I guess. Miku, that is literally just the media trying to sell you something. Like, Western girls also play into their feminine side all the time. The average girl out there loves being a girl and loves doing girly things. If you listen to the media and you look at video games, yeah, they want to sell you on the average girl wants to be a guy, but that's not true. At least not the girls that I know. Every single girl that I know in my real life loves being a fucking girl and does purely girly stuff. They love embracing that side of themselves. It might just be a South African thing then. Like, maybe, I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but at least in South Africa, it's still very much sort of the embrace. In Asia, especially Japan, women are the ones who make the moves and ask out the men. It makes them much more confident without feeling high maintenance, in my opinion. Interesting. Like I said, there is a difference, but it's difficult to explain. Me and my a lot girls play main chars at FF14. Something I've actually heard that. Someone else told me about that. That specifically in Japan, a lot of the girls will play male characters. Just to sort of protect themselves against the onslaught of thirsty fucking men. Really hard and manly. Wait, Sophia, did you just make the equivalent argument to what guys do when they say they play Draenei female? Because if I'm gonna look at an ass all day, it needs to be a good ass. Is that what you're going with? Oh my god. But I mostly play more Fame tunes. I have to admit, I do feel sorry for girls in video games, because sadly, most of the fucking most nerds don't see many girls. So when they find out that they're playing with a girl, like, you think you're telling them that you are a girl just for interest's sake. What they hear when you say that you're a girl is my future wife. So there is a communications error that takes place. Now, the problem, it would be okay if all he was thinking is my future wife. The problem is that the guy also never really learned how to speak to women. So in his mind, my future wife then also means dick pics and inappropriate messages, because that is what Pornhub tells him he needs to do in order to get a girlfriend. So yeah, I do feel sorry for girls. I'm a girl is insult for me or down to fuck. Yeah, pretty much. Apocalypse. It doesn't matter what gender the other one is having. I just see them as their character. Watch too much hentai. Yeah, sadly, that is also like way too much hentai. Luckily, from what I can see and from what I can tell, most of it is innocent enough. Like, I think most of it is just, clearly the issue is that gamers are not very well adapted to social cues and social interaction. You're assuming my gender? I assumed fuck all. Nightshot. As far as I'm concerned, in this chat, there are no such thing as women. Everyone is a fucker. That's it. I don't. You don't have a gender here. You're either a cunt or a fucker. It all depends on what we're talking about. I couldn't give two fucks about the gender of people in my chat, unless you're a hot chick, in which case, DM me. Dude, it's ERP with her female tools getting sniffy. Dude, that shit. Like, I wish I could see something like that happen. Like, I wish I could see something like that happen. Like, just two guys being so into this fucking RP of theirs, this ERP session, really thinking that they're talking to a girl. Oh my god. There was this one episode in Big Bang Theory where Howard was having sex with a troll in World of Warcraft under a bridge. Oh my god. I only play male balfs because they're gorgeous beings. Yes, homo. No judgment here, bro. You do what you need to do. It's not gay if your EPs don't touch. The best female ERPers are dudes. Oh my god, man. This is why you should never actually trust it. Have a good day, everyone. Going to shave my head for the summer. Lodi, take care of yourself, bro. I need to get to the fucking hairdresser as well. At some point. I need to shave my beard again. Well, not shave it. Just trim it and shave my head again. My hair's getting long now. Well, not long, but it's at that point where that happens. I don't like that. Never ever go to Goldshire on Moon God US. Old Squid, I can't remember what realm it is in Europe, but Europe has its own Moon Guard as well, where Goldshire is just the complete fuck up. Sporting a fat Wolverine look at the moment. Need to go Kratos. I don't think I'll ever shave my head again. Like, fully shave it off. But I will do the whole, shaving the sides and leaving the middle bit sort of up. I kind of like that. The only reason I like that is, as it grows out, it takes a hell of a lot longer before it starts looking like ass. Whereas if I shave everything at the same time, like literally all of it just shaven off, you very quickly start looking like a man without culture. Not that I have a lot of culture, but The basic teenage boy haircut, pretty much. Dude, I almost got expelled in school because of my haircuts. Because in our schools in South Africa, there are rules about how long your hair is allowed to be. Like, whenever your fringe... So as a boy, your fringe... It should not be lower than 4 fingers from your eyes. So if you have your hand like this, your fringe isn't allowed to hang over your fingers. And in the back, your it has to be cut in a line at the back, and it can't like hang down at the back. Your hair can't be over your ears as a boy, so your hair can't cover your ears, and no gel. So, I don't know if gel is still a thing these days, but when I was in school, at least, gel was this big thing that every Friday night, every boy would have his hair in every single direction with gel. That wasn't allowed. You could basically have a side path or a middle path, and that was it. That was school. We had goals at rules as well in my school. Like, not really hair rules. Their hair could be whatever the fuck they wanted it to be. But their uniform, so their skirts, your skirt may not be higher than 4 fingers from your knee. So it can be lower, but it can't be higher. So you can't shorten your skirt. 4 fingers and the skirt has to touch like the fingers of the teacher. They had rules around shoes. There was only 2 types of shoes that was allowed. None of it was high heel. The shoes did have a slight heel, but it wasn't high heel. I mean, we had uniforms in school, right? So you had a uniform. Everyone looked exactly the same. Boys would wear long gray pants with black shoes, white shirts, tie, and a blazer. And girls would have a skirt or pants, so depending on winter or summer, but they could have a skirt, not 4 inches, not higher than 4 inches from the knee, and then also white shirt, tie, and green blazer. And this is how socks for us was green and red, I believe, was the socks. And all the socks were knee-high socks. So the socks would pull up to just under your knee. And your socks wasn't allowed to be down. They had to be pulled up to just under the knee and then folded over. So you pull it up all the way and then you fold it over onto itself so that the emblem of the school has to face forward. Basically military rules. This is how schools in South Africa work. No, Nitro, it's a green sock, and then the emblem, and then it has a red line right at the top. So just above the emblem, it has this red line. And if you get to matric, so your final year in school, you actually have 2 gold lines. So you have the emblem and then 2 gold lines running above and below the emblem. Sent the SWAT trailers and content suggestions in Discord. Shadow Scally, thank you very much. I will definitely watch them as we get into the game. My school don't allow your side hair touching ear. We also had uniforms for sports class too. So we never had sports class. Like, we had sports after school. So usually school starts at 7:20 in the morning. Until 4:30 in the afternoon. And then right after that, you start with rugby practice or netball practice or hockey practice, field hockey, depending on what sport you're doing, right? And also depending on the time of year. So if it is summer, if it's winter, it's rugby. If it's summer, it's cricket. For the boys. For the girls, they could play field hockey or netball. Those were the 2 sports for the girls, and then for the boys, it was rugby or cricket. It's a trailer swatter marathon. I never bore of them. No, because trailers I only watch in sequence. Same with Final Fantasy XIV. I have not seen the trailer for Shadowbringers. I have not seen the trailer for Endwalker because I'm only allowed to watch them when we get there. And it's going to be the same for fucking Swatter. Before we play Swatter, I will watch the first ever trailer for Swatter, then we'll play it, and then we'll keep watching trailers as we unlock more of the game. Them be the rules, people. Them be the fucking rules. My mom used to be pretty good at field hockey because she lived overseas. My mom was like, I think... Yeah, my mom played netball for the South African team in high school. It's always funny. So I have a question for specifically Americans, but I guess Europeans, you can answer this as well. But first, the American part of the question. Is it true, are cheerleaders in high school really such a big deal in American schools? Is it actually such a big deal as the movies sort of portray it? Being a cheerleader makes you the best, the most popular. Only to themselves? Yeah, but still, popular. It's all about popularity. Does being a cheerleader make you the most popular? So Americans are saying yes. All right. What about in Europe? Which group of girls in European schools is considered to be the most popular? Because we don't have cheerleading in South Africa. At least not that I'm aware of. In mine, they kind of were. Sports were big for us. We had 3 separate fields and fireworks for our football games. Wow. WL, that is quite big. How you doing, bro? Thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate that. Sluts. They think it's a big deal, but no one else gave a fuck. In my experience, yes, but cheerleading is also taken more or less seriously, depending on what religion you're from. The ones that... What do you mean, what religion you're from? In the US, it can, but you're in Canada, it's not a thing. Can't say I've had popular groups in my school. The ones banging the sports players. In South Africa, the popular girls, like the seriously popular girls, were the netball players. If you were a netball player, like in the A team of for the netball team, you were considered popular, like very popular. Later, towards the end of my high school career, the hockey goals, like the field hockey goals, also started to become kind of popular. But usually, as rugby players, the first team rugby players, we would date the netball goals, and the netball goals would date rugby players. So it was sort of like the rugby players were the football players of American schools. If you played rugby and you were good at it, you were popular. And as a result of that, the netball goals would date you, and then they would be popular as well. Are they popular only because they decide they are popular, or because media and stuff portrays those people as popular, therefore people want to be in that position? Well, Georgie, this would be a question of what came first, the chicken or the egg. So, did the media start portraying cheerleaders as popular because cheerleaders were already popular, or were cheerleaders not popular? Movies needed some kind of popular goal, so they decided to make cheerleader goals popular, and therefore cheerleader goals became popular. We wouldn't know, right? If you're in areas in the States, high school football is bigger than pro sports. I've actually heard that, but although I have to say, isn't that just Texas? Like, from what I know, the Texan people take football stupidly fucking serious. Like, football is kind of a second religion. On Sundays, they go to church because on Mondays, they have to play sports. In EU, just has to look good or have a car or money. Easy, Paul. How you doing, bro? Thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate that. Gonna send you a vid. There's a bot plague coming to FF14. Yeah, Tuck, if you want to send a video, do it on Discord. Discord content suggestions, I'll watch it now. Pennsylvania, Alabama, Texas, and some others. Texas, Alabama, Louisiana. The southern states in general take football very seriously. But it has to suck, though, if you're from Texas, right? Because you take football so fucking seriously, and yet you don't win the Super Bowl. Like, what's that about? Like, I'll be honest with you. My love for football actually came from watching a series called Friday Night Lights. Not the movie, the series. Fucking brilliant series. If you've never watched it, do yourself a favor. Friday Night Lights, such a good show. But that's how I fell in love with football, was watching that show. Because obviously we don't have American football here. SDC, thank you much for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's how I sort of learned about the whole, like, huge thing for Texas and football. No, we're talking NFL. Night shift. Not soccer. When it comes to soccer, I support the German football team. All hail Germany, right? All hail the National Fußballmannschaft, as it were. You should watch the movie too. It is very good. I've watched the movie. The movie is not that good, though. The movie is not that good. From a Packers fan and live in Cincy, I get it. Dude, how can you support anyone other than the Buccaneers? Although, losing Tom Brady, I don't know if the Buccaneers are going to be able to win again. Like, I really hope they will, because I fucking love the Buccaneers. But I don't think... now that Tom Brady is gone, I don't know how the Buccaneers are going to do. Wait, he came back? What do you mean he came back? Wait, I didn't fucking see that. Wait, he's coming back? Dude, I don't know if that's right, though. Like, you see, the issue that I have with Tom Brady is he's still a brilliant player. Yeah? He's still a brilliant player. But it's always better to retire a legend than it is to effectively just fall out of style. Which is where he could end up, right? Because he is now getting quite fucking old. So if he just... I don't know. If he keeps playing, there's a chance that he just eventually, like, fades into obscurity. Just becomes not that great of a player anymore. The kid doesn't need to stop eating. They just need to stop feeding him as much. Seen 2 of them on Discord. Thank you for your help. Tuck, yeah, it's my pleasure, man. So you guys don't think that Tom Brady can be replaced at all? You don't think that Tom Brady isn't going to remain... Like, you don't think he's going to fall off? You think he's going to be just as good as he's always been? Remember, as you get older, you get slower. Tom Brady has been slow his entire life. So he's going to get even fucking slower, right? His arm is going to fall off. Eventually, like, not physically fall off, but he's going to, like, be limited in how far he can actually pass the ball. There's a bunch of things that can go wrong. Tom Brady is overrated, and yet he holds the most Super Bowl rings of any player ever. Like, Richard, we can have a lot of discussions on this channel, and I am open to debate on this channel. But Tom Brady, now I would actually, you know what? If Tom Brady played on a team like the Chiefs, for example, or he did most of his winning on a team like, well, actually like the Buccaneers of last year, I would have agreed with you. Maybe he isn't that great. Maybe he is overrated. Because the Buccaneers had some of the best wide receivers in the game. Chris Evans is a fucking monster. Like, he is literally unbeatable 1v1. So, I would agree with you. Most likely got carried. But Tom Brady got the vast majority of his success on a subpar Patriots team. A Patriots team that had horrible wide receivers, not the best running backs. The only thing they really had going for them was a decent defensive team. And he still managed to do it. So you cannot say that he is overrated. You cannot say that he is overrated. Very good stats last year too. It's like saying Jordan is overrated in basketball. Yeah, pretty much. JH Browns, Giants, Chargers, Texans, Bengals. You want to be the GOAT? Go there and win. Well, there is also a point where your team is so shit that there's just no way of winning, right? Brady's later success was in large part because of Gronk. He also played well without fucking Gronk. I mean, Edelman was good, but remember, Edelman was... Okay, first and foremost, Edelman was great. And I will never forget the catch that Edelman made to effectively turn the fucking game in that final. That was one of the greatest catches I've ever seen in my life from a wide receiver. But Edelman was also not even actually a starting wide receiver. When he started his career, he was actually a quarterback, I believe. And they moved him to wide receiver. Now, he was a great player, but was he as good as a lot of the other wide receivers? Probably not. But the way in which the Patriots played their game made him brilliant. In the EU, I don't watch NFL, and even I know who Brady is. Brady played in the worst division and damn near won division champ every year. Like, we can sit here and argue, but I believe that you should give credit where credit is due. If someone is good, even if they're not in your team, they're good. There's literally nothing you can do about it. They are fucking good. Big Gaming Plus? Yeah, true. Losing my mind playing LoL? I think a lot of people are way too invested in sports, bro. It's just sports. It's just sports. And for the dream duo of Roethlisberger. Wait, but Roethlisberger, I've never liked him, dude. Like, I have never fucking liked him. After Brady, Aaron Rodgers. I think if I'm not supporting Brady, I'm supporting Aaron Rodgers. Because that guy is a fucking beast as well. Like, that guy is a beast as well. He's good, but I don't like he'd have as many records as he did without his receivers like Gronk and Edelman. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a team sport. But I think what shifts the conversation to Brady is the dude leaves the Patriots, joins the Buccaneers, one of the worst teams in the NFL, and wins the Super Bowl. Dude, at some point you have to sort of go, this guy's probably not fucking bad, right? This guy's probably not fucking bad. Oh, Klinsman is so fucking good, dude. Oliver Kahn, to this day, some of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube is videos of Oliver Kahn being the goalkeeper of Germany. Bastian Schweinsteiger, literally last night, watched his final game ever played. Such emotions, bro. So for Tom, there's people here who's basically claiming that Brady isn't really that good. It's all down to his wide receivers. That's why Brady is so good. He himself isn't really the GOAT. Like, we obviously have a bunch of people in this chat that have their teams constantly lose against Brady, and now they're fucking salty. That's just the truth of it. Oliver Kahn was so good, dude. So scary. Fucking so good. Only Libero to be voted best player in the world? No argument. He is the GOAT, but to say he did it himself alone is fucking ludicrous. No one said that, though. Kid the Mage. Who said that Brady did it alone? Like, no one fucking said that. I think you're making an argument where no argument exists. Very much like Rodgers makes average receivers look great. Rodgers is also very fucking good, yes. Kid the Mage, I think the argument that people are making for why Brady is so good, first and foremost, the quarterback is the captain, right? So it doesn't matter how good your wide receivers is. Here's a great example of it. According to the statistics, the Cowboys had the best running team in the division last year. Their wide receivers were some of the fastest wide receivers in the game, some of the best wide receivers in the game. The Cowboys had basically everything to win the fucking Super Bowl. And yet they still couldn't pull it off. So I think people are wrong when they say Brady is the greatest and Brady is just doing all of this shit himself. But I also think that I feel like a lot of people sell Brady short. Like, a lot of people want to sort of move away from, oh, fuck Brady, it's the teams that he played with. to Brazil 95% of the time. They're giving the ball to Zeke. Dude, yeah, I mean, fuck it. Why are we talking about the NFL? How did we get... Oh, we were talking about cheerleaders and somehow we're now... Like, you guys do realize you're speaking NFL to a South African, right? I know some players in the NFL. I know some teams in the NFL. I don't even know all the rules of the NFL. Like, even now, there are games that I watch where the referees are throwing fucking yellow little flags around. I'm like, I don't know what happened there. Why is that wrong? Like, this is not really necessary to be a debate. I don't know much about the sport. Unlike most of you, I didn't grow up watching NFL. I only got into the NFL like 3 years ago, maybe. And it was thanks to watching Friday Night Lights. If you wanted to have a debate with me, we could talk rugby, which is what I grew up with. Or football, which is what I grew up with. But yeah, NFL, I just like the sport. I think the sport is absolutely gorgeous to watch. I'm not allowed to watch that. Not on stream anyways. Like, they will copyright strike that fucking video so quickly. I know us Americans get way too wound up with sport. It's not just Americans. It's sports. Human beings love war. As much as we like to pretend that we don't, we love war. We love the idea of us versus them. And war have been, since the dawn of man, our way of expressing us versus them. Sports have replaced that for us. So we can have that us versus them, that tribal mentality, without actually anyone dying. So sports really is the way of us getting rid of our frustrations, which is why everyone in the world, every single nation in the world has some kind of sport that they are incredibly passionate about, and that they'll give people shit for, and they'll scream and yell, and it will rip families apart as a result of disagreements about sport. It's just what we do, you know? Competitive sports are an outlet for humans incapable of being competitive naturally. Exactly. And remember the goal that Neuer scored against England from his goal to the other side of the opposing goalkeeper and hit the score? I don't remember that, but I will tell you something, and I realize this is horrible, but one of my favorite videos to watch, and you guys should do yourself a favor and watch it. One of my favorite videos to watch is Germany versus Brazil 7-1. It's the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Germany is playing Brazil in Brazil, by the way. Germany is playing Brazil in Brazil. And Germany fucking destroys Brazil 7-1. Dude, watching that video as a German football fan, it is astounding. Like, you see the crowd, because the camera actually focuses on people in the crowd, and you see people just distraught. Like, people crying. There's this one girl that's sort of looking at her boyfriend or her husband or whatever, but confused as to what the fuck is going on. Like, how can we not do this? No, they did score one goal, Nightshot, right at the end. Brazil scored one goal. For me, I love talking about football because I played it in high school and college. I just loved playing the game, so still enjoy watching it. That's fair. Don't you fucking go to the 7-1. I'm still trying to forget that shit show. Massy. Too bad, bro. So sad. It's the Fußballmannschaft. What are you gonna do, bro? What are you gonna do? Yes, it was the World Cup. All I remember, Akko, is that time Brazil won 7-1. Is that all you remember? Germans doing well in South America. How you doing, bro? Happy to have you here, bro. I remember the memes that came from that. Dude, it was I was so fucking stressed out for that game. And then Germany just fucking destroyed it. Although I will tell you, I'm sad that I can't show you guys this, because again, it would be copyrighted to fuck. The most beautiful goal in the history of football ever. Götze in the final against Argentina, in the final fucking moments of the game. We're about to head to penalty shootouts. He catches the ball on his chest and he fucking puts it in the net. Bro, I lost my shit. I lost my shit after seeing that. That was gorgeous. All right, let's quickly see here, because someone said there's some new shit going on in FF14. Where did you link it, though? I don't know where you linked the video in Discord.
Hello.
All right, hold up. All right, what clear Final Fantasy XIV hardest contents with 4 keys. Hello, in this video, you will see how to improve your keyboard's lifetime with one simple trick Square Enix is apparently unable to detect. All right.
Decided to clear P1S with the help of a bots add-on to show how simple it actually is even for the worst player. I used 4 add-ons for this. One draws telegraphs on your screen to show you when or how to dodge damage. The second and third are reactions packs for the current Savage tier. They include things such as the use of certain skills at a certain time. For example, the use of Troubadour when an AoE will occur.
It's as loud as it can fucking go, people. I genuinely don't know how to make this louder. This guy's video is just stupidly quiet. Like, can you guys hear it now?
Hello, I decided to clear P1S with the help of a bots add-on to show how simple it actually is even for the worst player. I used 4 add-ons for this. One draws telegraphs on your screen to show you when or how to dodge damage. The second and third are reactions packs for the current Savage tier. They include things such as the use of certain skills at a certain time.
What the hell? Is a reaction pack what I think it is? It seems like it's a VTuber avatar, yeah. So, by the way, for those of you that want to know, because I can barely hear what the fucking guy is saying, but for those of you that want to hear, this guy is explaining how to clear the Final Fantasy content using 4 keys only, using these add-ons. So, reaction packs, what I'm not sure what they do is, do they react on your behalf? Or do they simply tell you to react? I don't know.
For example, the use of Troubadour when an AoE will occur. This also serves as a CAC-bot on steroids. Sadly, I can't show you its full potential in the game since it shows the name of the players in some cases, but you will see that I'm doing the run without my UI. This shows that the add-on provides me with enough information to resolve mechanics such as Shackle of Times or Fourfold. And my fourth and last add-on is a basic bard profile that plays the job for me. I'm not going to show the full fight, but I will show you the key mechanics of it. I also added a key press detector on the bottom left to show you that I'm only pressing W, S, and D keys, and sometimes right and left click to move the camera. As soon as the fight starts, you can see that my character does the bard rotation and even uses a potion, and not without me pressing any keys. At this exact moment, on my left monitor, I got the information that the color of my Shackle of Time is red and my partner's is blue, so I went to my spot. It did not tell me where to exactly go, to be honest with you, and the reason is because I did not set the add-on up properly, so I still had to use my brain for that. Right after, the boss is about to cast Jailer's Flail, and as you can see, the telegraphs are drawn on my screen and the color changes to red when the boss casts it. This mechanic is fairly easy to understand, but for someone who never set foot in this duty, it's another story. It does the same for the knockback on the tank and the in
Dude,
and out
what
mechanic.
the fuck?
Intemperance worked the same way as Shackle of Time. Me not setting up the add-on properly forced me to use my brain, but I still had information such as which crystal to take next. For
This
the
should
Beat
not
the
be
Slice
allowed.
phase, I had the telegraph
This should
drawn
not
on
be
my screen,
allowed.
so it was really easy to do that phase properly. And for Forfeit, the same thing as Shackle of Time. It was my bad for not setting up the add-on properly, but I still had enough information to resolve it without the help of my UI, as you can see. Anyway, I won't show you the rest of the fight since it's basically the same shit as the phase 1. So yeah, this shows that the shittiest player in this game can clear the hard content with the help of literal cheat. Now don't get me wrong, even though CactBot helps you resolve mechanics, it is not as powerful as this and it will probably never be. I guarantee you that if 2 new players went in P1S, one with CactBot and the second one with the tools I used in this video, only the second one would be able to clear the run. There is no more prestige in clearing high-end content. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.
Alright, dude, this is... what we just watched there? Final Fantasy has to do something fucking fast. Well, technically it's not really a cheating tutorial because he's not actually telling you which add-ons he used. He's hiding all of the add-ons that he used. I think what this guy is trying to do here is he's trying to show that Square Enix has to do something in fast. If they don't do something about these add-ons, because this basically shows you that you can have add-ons that play the game for you. Now, much of that is because a lot of what happens in Final Fantasy actually happens client-side and not so much on the server side of things. So your client does interfere quite a little bit. So I would argue this is a huge fucking problem. Which is previous videos, he's trying to show the problem, calling on Yoshi P. This is definitely, like, if this is actually true, if this is actually happening, Final Fantasy has to step up. And it's not enough that they say, we don't want you to use videos like this. It's not enough. Marie, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They have to step in and remove this. I don't know, with the recent Blizz bullshit, do you think Dragonflight might be a clusterfuck? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Let me just finish this conversation and then we can talk about WoW. Because so in World of Warcraft, add-ons is an issue, right? Add-ons is an issue in World of Warcraft, but you would struggle. So the only thing you could possibly get in World of Warcraft that would do similar things to this would be bots. And bots are very much against TOS. And also, finding a bot that can actually do the fight that's not really why bots exist. Most bots just farm and shit like that. So you wouldn't get an add-on that can do shit like this. Blizzard, basically, whenever add-ons go this far, like drawing things on your screen, Blizzard will disable that functionality. Wins, thanks for doing something. Really appreciate that. 22 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a huge fucking problem. Like, it's not enough for Yoshi P and the team to ask people nicely. What these things do is it diminishes the actual investment and the actual time that people have put into clearing this content the normal way. Because what ends up happening is, since there is add-ons that can effectively play the game for you, how can you trust anyone that has done the content? Because suddenly anyone can do the content. So someone comes to you and they say, yeah, I've done this on Ultimate. Well, did you have the add-on? Because we don't know. We would never know. So you're effectively destroying the achievement of being able to do something because there are now basically anyone that can fucking do it. Why does it matter for next year? I don't know. Would you mind if you practice to run the 100-meter dash in every day of your life for about 2 years, and then at the end of the 2 years, we come in and we break your legs? Would that bother you? Like if we just took away that achievement, because who cares? Or here's a better example. You work your ass off to get the gold medal, and then suddenly we go and we give everyone a gold medal. Because why wouldn't we? So you're not the only one with a gold medal. Everyone now has a gold medal because why not? What do you mean it doesn't matter? The very reason people do content at the highest level is bragging rights. It's the ability to say that I have done it. If anyone can do it easily without even having to try, then it no longer matters. Then you may as well just not do it. There were people using bots, but I don't think anyone was using these kinds of bots. So the bots we're talking about here, I don't think anyone during the World First race were using these bots. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. Vanex here, but just because you know it doesn't mean that your entire activity have now been diminished. You might be someone that really doesn't give a fuck about it, and congratulations to you, but that's not how many people feel about it. So the argument, why does it matter? It matters because it does. Because if content is going to be hard, it has to remain hard. It would... Well, basically the gaming equivalent of this would be if Elden Ring tomorrow basically nerfed their entire game by 200%. Or better, you practice for a marathon and then suddenly someone on the track pops up with a car and says they won the marathon fair and square. Perfect fucking example. That is actually the perfect example. You're running the marathon. Someone else then jumps into the car, drives to the finish line, gets out just before the finish line, runs over the line, and they're the winner. They get the gold medal. So, yeah, you might have finished it the normal way, but they finished it too, according to their medal. They finished it too. DBM does the same thing and is not cheating. Nightshaft, what do you mean DBM does the same thing? Because DBM does something similar, but not to that degree. Because this guy wasn't even, so just to be clear, this guy wasn't even costing anything. The bot was doing his entire rotation for him. All he had to do was run to the locations marked on the map. He didn't have to press any buttons to cast any spells. He literally just had to run to the place on the map. Why even play the game? Because for some people, cheating is a means to an end. They want to be able to say, I have done it, and they don't really give a fuck about putting in the hard work. They just want to say, I've done it. These would be the same people that wants everyone else's money so that they don't have to work. What will be sure? There you go. I absolutely would not want FF14 devs to tune up their game to try to counteract add-ons, being forced to install and update add-ons all the time to keep up. No, I'm 100% in agreement with you there. I'm 100% in agreement. The reason I think add-ons, specifically just normal combat add-ons, so just a normal DBM add-on, or something similar to a DBM add-on, even that, I would say don't put it in the game, because it will fundamentally change the development of the game. Karen, no, I'm not comparing an add-on to a bot here. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, dude, these are 4 add-ons that the guy downloaded that plays all of this shit for him, that does all of this shit for him. Bots have always been illegal, and bots do a whole bunch of things. But these things you can literally just grab and start playing with it. The fact that these things exist is a fucking problem. The fact that these things can even do that is a problem. So it doesn't really matter whether or not this technically is an add-on or technically is a bot. The fact that they exist and that they do this is the problem. So are you going to argue with me now on the technicality of it? Well, actually, bro, technically this is a bot. So why are you talking about add-ons? Oh, so now that it's a bot, doesn't matter. So since it's a bot, no problem. As long as it's not an add-on, it doesn't matter. All right, so then why did you correct me in saying, dude, you're comparing bots to add-ons? Do we agree that there are add-ons that do too much in a game? Can we agree on that? So, can we agree that there are add-ons that do too much? All right, so we can agree there are add-ons that do too much. We can agree that this bot does too much. Now, we could say the bot does a hell of a lot more too much than what an add-on would do too much, but we can agree that add-ons and bots can go, well, bots go too far anyways. Add-ons can go too far. My comparison wasn't between DBM and this. I was never comparing DBM to this. In fact, I was disagreeing with someone in chat who tried to compare DBM to this. Because I did say from the beginning, DBM doesn't do this. DBM does provide too much information, which then means that the developers have to over-design bosses to counteract the information that DBM is already providing. But DBM does not provide anywhere near the level that these things are providing. So I was disagreeing with people. What I said was, it falls to the same problem. With the existence of things like this and the existence of things like DBM, the game itself becomes almost unauthentic, if that makes sense. So the authenticity of the game goes missing. Because, well, these things should just be outlawed 100%. You should break the functionality of these things. Or find a way to detect it. I want to know, why is it so hard for games to spot bot behavior? Is it truly the challenge? And this is a genuine question. I'm not sort of trying to play a gotcha game here with the gaming industry. Is it really that difficult to spot a bot? It doesn't always have to be intrusive. And to be fair, though, Zaraji, since you're already playing an MMO that has to be online all the time and that you have to log into anti-cheat, how's that going to bother you in any way, shape, or form? The only time we really care about anti-cheat going too far is in single-player games that we would love to play offline, but this anti-cheat thing forces online and then farms a bunch of our information. You breach law. The cheats that people run are kernel level stuff. Shouldn't be in this game as it's pretty scripted repetitively. The problem is invading privacy of users. I'm literally spitballing here, so I'm not making any judgments or any sort of. I'm genuinely, this was me asking a question. I can see why you guys think this is very fucking difficult to do. Midzom, how you doing, bro? Thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. I really appreciate you enjoying the content, and I'm very happy to have you at the stream. I feel like with the right AI detection, would an AI not be able to eventually learn patterns that can only be sort of done by bots? Because you do get that. That's what a lot of the anti-cheat stuff will do, right? So an anti-cheat will, for example, pick up when you're too fast with your aiming, or you're too fast with your aiming and your shooting. The anti-cheat picks up, wait, that is way too fucking fast. No human can be that fast, and then it will ban you. Now, it does make mistakes, and you have to be conscious of that, but I feel like if you employed AI to track the movement of players within the game, you should be able to pick up when someone is using something that they're not technically supposed to use. Like, for example, how hard would it be to simply track input? Again, asking a genuine question here, because I don't know. Hardware, no problem. I can build a PC. Software, not so much. I hate software. Could you not just track the physical keystrokes, which is a keylogger, which could be a problem, but isn't there a way of tracking it on sort of the client side? That's too intrusive. Gray line, it opens a can of worms. As long as it only... but then you get into the problem of... Let's say you're in the game, but you quickly open your bank website, and then you log into your bank website. Does this bot now also track your key logs when you're not focused on the game, since the game is running? So I could see how that could be a huge fucking issue. So effectively what we're saying is, if we don't want bots, we have a choice. Either we have our privacy, or we don't have bots. Is that effectively what this boils down to? You can have your privacy, or you can have bots, or you don't need bots, but you can't have both. Why isn't that an issue in 99% of other games? It is, though, Caro. Like, if you go on Reddit right now, for almost every single game in the world, there are people complaining about bots. In Fallout 76, in Call of Duty, in Battlefield, in WoW, in FF14, obviously. Every single game has complaints about botting. Could an AI on each computer learn how to play, and if it ever deviates, then it would know? I mean, that would... Maybe, but I don't know. I genuinely don't know what the solution is. I just know that you can't allow this to continue to happen. Must be Boop Arc has loads of bots. Guild Wars 2 basically allows one type of bot. What bot is that? Midzom, the problem is sometimes bots literally simply exist for the fuck of it. Like, sometimes bots genuinely just exist because people are lazy. And they're not interested in doing anything, so they just run the bot. More often than not, bots is a financial solution. So there's a financial incentive. In World of Warcraft, for example, there's a massive financial incentive for botting because people buy gold. And in order to buy gold, the gold sellers need gold to sell. So botting becomes the way in which to make the gold. How do you fix that? TF2, where they only made to fuck over people. Most bots are RMT and FF2, just to ruin the game. And genuinely, sometimes there are people, Branter just said there, genuinely, sometimes there are people who bot literally just to fuck with people. They have no incentive other than fuck you. This is funny. I'm enjoying myself. Screw you. You see people, for example, in COD do this quite often, where they will run all manner of cheats that effectively play the game for them. Only because why not? You know, why not? It's funny to watch other people not understand how the fuck I'm so fast in killing them. It's just funny. I remember we once played, me and my friends, we were playing, do you guys remember when Player Unknown, PUBG, was huge? We were playing PUBG, and we were inside this house, like literally in the house, crouching. We were sort of potty boys, you know, just waiting for people to walk in. And suddenly, all four of us got sniped. Just fucking sniped from nowhere. Someone was using a hack. They could literally snipe us from anywhere on the map, through all terrain, walls, anything, just fucking snipe you dead. I mean, there's no fun in playing like that. The guy who's doing it isn't having fun, because he literally loads into the game, and all he has to do is press shoot. And the camera will aim to where all the players on the map is, and just shoot them. He's not having fun. He's doing it purely because he can. Because why wouldn't he? People molding. He's fun as annoying others. Yeah, I know a guy who builds cheats for games, but he doesn't let anyone use them. He just does it to prove for developers that their anti-cheat doesn't work. And in 99% of the time, the developers ignore him. The only time he actually got a response was from Epic Games with Unreal Tournament. I feel like that is another way to go with it, because a lot of companies these days will hire hackers to test their security. That is another way that a lot of these gaming companies can go. Go to the physical people building the bots and the people building the hacks and get them to plug your game. You know, get them to basically fix your game so that it's not that easy. That is obviously another way that they could go with it. They're called penetration testers. Ooh, kinky. That doesn't sound like a real job. It sounds more like a sex thing. Remember, it breaks games, makes videos. Most games fix their shit. Bethesda still haven't. Bethesda fixing video games? Nah, bro. They have 16 times the detail. Why would they fix anything? What are you talking about? Apocalypse, really? Dude, it just works. I don't know what you're talking about. Bethesda, it just works. 16 times the detail, it just works. There are no bugs. Never. I'm hella worried about Starfield. Starfield, lol. And if that's ever launching. Like, do we even know anything about Starfield? We know it's been delayed once again. But do we know anything about that game? Does anyone know what that game is even going to be about? They should in a game and leave it to the players to fix it. Yep. And then, of course, they merge with Xbox games, Xbox, and launch on Xbox Game Pass, and then the games are unmoddable on Xbox Game Pass. It's funny. There's a bit of lore and some alpha footage, but that's it. Fields of Stars, about space and Fields of Stars. Yeah, but what I meant was we've not gotten really anything, like no real cinematic yet for the game. No real sort of insight into what the purpose or sense of the game is going to be. And what bothers me a little is, didn't this sort of start development around the time of No Man's Sky? I feel like this started sort of around the same time as No Man's Sky, which means, is it just an exploration game? I mean, the one thing we can be certain of is that it will be 16 times the detail and will just work. This we know. Like, there's no doubt about that. I have no doubt in my mind that it is just going to work. And that it's going to be perfect in every single way. I just want to know what it's all about. And I'm waiting for them to basically launch the pre-order so I can buy it immediately. Black Wukong should be fucking lit. I didn't even play the first one. I thought it was supposed to be like Skyrim in space. I wouldn't mind if it was Skyrim in space. Because I do like me some fucking space games. Dude, I was hovering over Star Trek online the other day. Thinking to myself, let's try out Star Trek online, because I fucking love the Star Trek universe. I'm just not sure how the MMO would play. Because apparently it's not good. Less detail in the game? I've never played with anyone who would use add-ons to put someone down while playing the game for 15 years. If you do see that, that's your fault for surrounding yourself with people like that. Andy, I would say it does happen quite often in LFR. You'll see that quite often in LFR, where people will... well, you can't really say don't do LFR, considering LFR is meant for super casual players that isn't really supposed to care about add-ons and shit like that. They're casuals. That's why they're doing LFR. So to just say don't do LFR then, well then, who was LFR designed for? If it's not for the ultra casual that doesn't need an add-on and shouldn't need an add-on, and also doesn't deserve to be harassed with add-ons, telling them that their DPS is too low, what is LFR's reason for existence then? It's just normal Pepsi Max. It's just normal Pepsi Max. Like, no flavor, just maximum taste, no sugar. That's it. Story difficulty of WoW, except the story is shit. Well, I would actually argue that LFR is definitely harder than normal, and in some cases may as well be as hard as heroic. I don't think LFR is as easy as people think it is. WL Various, thanks for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Grenade, I thought it's a new one. No, I don't like flavored shit. Like, if I'm drinking Pepsi Max, I just want the flavor of Pepsi Max. I don't like... We have a vanilla and a lime flavor here. I fucking hate those. From some of my friends, that normal mode is easier than LFR for this tier. No one knows what they're doing. LFR shouldn't exist. It's tuned for not playing the encounter actively. It's beating your head against the wall until you see a crack. Well, yeah, but now we're starting to change the entirety of the game, which I could agree with, but that's not really part of the discussion. Right now it does exist, and it isn't optimal. Nowhere near, even. Just saying, normally, that's a 50 max. Normal or black, no? Oh, you mean these? It sort of deviates, so some of them are green, some of them are black. Like, there's a bottle that I had water in yesterday. It has a black cap. On the floor there. I'm not going to get it now. But it has a black cap. I should throw that bottle away, though. I couldn't find my water bottle yesterday. And so I just fucking took one of the Pepsi Max bottles and just filled it up with water. But I found my water bottle, so I should throw that one away now. Just make bosses. I mean, there's a lot that Blizzard should do, but I don't want to get into that conversation anymore, because I'm tired of it. We'll wait and see. That's the best I can do for you guys right now. Let's wait and see. Let's see what Blizzard comes up with in Dragonflight. I'm keeping an open mind, and we'll see. It's not just a long conversation. It's a... Right now, that conversation is quite fruitless. Right now, the conversation about what World of Warcraft should do... Blizzard have never listened to the player base about what we think they should do. They are now saying that they are listening, but we have no evidence of this yet. So I want to wait and see what Dragonflight presents to us. And then I want to see if we complain about those things, if Blizzard is going to listen. And then we might start looking into actually suggesting some of the other fixes. Osil, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very happy to have you here. Wow, there's a lot of you just coming out, hanging out on a fucking Sunday. Even though it's not even technically the right time to stream. Well, actually, we've been sort of 2 hours into the right time to stream, so that's not really a problem. But I usually never start this early, and yet here you all are. Are you all just bored on a Saturday? On a Sunday, actually? It's just a boredom thing. Actually changed the Season 4 mount because of feedback? Well, yeah. Like I said, Blizzard is doing small things right now. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Because the small things right now isn't enough yet, in my opinion. To convince me. Oh, it's my chill day. Stefani, I'm very happy. Stefani or Stephanie, depending on English or Afrikaans. But happy to have you here. Thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate it. Just came home, so perfect time to chill. Hey, Naomi, happy to have you here. You're very chill and you have interesting things to say. You make good background noise. Wow, only background. Thank you. Like, yeah. Let's not pay attention to my fucking feelings. Yeah, Akalon is just great background noise. Fuck the guy. I really appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot. Warms my fucking heart. Nice, Chef. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The fact they wanted to release that mount with minimal changes still annoys me. Just chilling and doing relates. Oh, fucking hell. Background noise, you fucker. I have you on 144p. Well, fuck you, bro. Jesus, I can't believe that. 144p? Background noise is a compliment. I only listen to stream while doing other stuff. No, you guys can watch the stream in whichever fucking way you want. I don't really give a shit. Let me get my first monitor. Dude, do whatever the fuck you want. As long as you're having fun and you're enjoying your time here, I couldn't care less. Because I wouldn't be here if I wasn't having fun. So that's all that really matters to me. I'm trying to see here. Because I have to go. It's time for the Patreon stream. So if you are a patron or a YouTube channel member, keep an eye on Discord. We're going to be starting the live craft in about 10 minutes. 10, 12 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I decided to do an earlier stream today just so that we can hang out for a little bit. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to stream because I have load shedding starting in a bit. So that's going to happen. Yeah, for patrons, it's a live craft show. It's a show about lore and sort of fun and shit like that. We're going to be raiding Abaddon of Warcraft. She is busy playing Final Fantasy 14. We raided her before, so you guys can go check that out. I will be back tomorrow. Not same time, same place. We'll first have the Q&A, and then right after the Q&A over on YouTube, I will be back here to play more Final Fantasy 14, because that's what I want to do tomorrow. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for spending your Sunday with me. It's been an absolute pleasure. As always, be kind to each other, be good to each other, and I will see all of you in the next one. Peace out, fam, and N5, thanks for the follow. Now, go say hello to Abaddon, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Peace out.